Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Like I said, Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. Y'all already know what it is. We back with another one of them things. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You already know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. We got a whole lot of Triple B talk to discuss, a whole lot of G3, G Honcho, Liangelo Ball. Y'all better act like y'all know. I'm telling you, we got to discuss. There's so many things. There's so many ramifications. You know, obviously, we document what's happening with Melo. I'm pretty sure we're going to get into some more of that tonight. We document what's happening with Zoe. We're going to get into that tonight, I'm pretty sure. We know what's going on with LeVar. We're going to have to document some of that tonight. But in all seriousness, Liangelo Ball, is in a pivotal, time right now of his career. I think that this is going to be a pivotal decision for him to make, for his future. I think his future is definitely hinging. I wouldn't say hinging, but I think this is a big moment for him right here. I don't want to blow it too much out of proportion. Jello has so many different options, this go around, and which makes it even more intriguing. We're going to get all into it, man. Make sure you hit the like button and most definitely hit the subscribe button. You done stumbled to the right places. Flight Sports TV. Listen, man, where can we really start with my man Liangelo Ball? Do we go to, I don't want to turn this into a wine fest. You understand, if you know what I mean. I more want to turn this into, what's the next move? Will Liangelo Ball take over the summer? I seen that the JBA, make sure y'all follow the JBA on all social media, platforms, because you would have never missed this news that got just sent out of nowhere. It was a situation where they posted where Liangelo Ball, suit up this summer, obviously for the Drew League. And which, like I said, Jello usually takes over the summer, ladies and gentlemen. We can't act like we got selective amnesia. Liangelo Ball likes to run up the scoreboards come summertime and do his thing for Team BBB. And I love when he's with Team BBB. You want to know why? Some of the reasons why I love Liangelo Ball, with Team BBB in the summer for the Drew League, is because that is where he has probably the most expanded role, out of all of the different roles that we've seen him in or see him in. I love that area for Liangelo. Come summertime, we have time. We could look forward to that. Y'all know the movies. Seriously, you got all the footage. People coming in and out. And we got to stop acting like Jello and LeVar, they didn't do a little something for. Let me say Triple B's, because let's stop acting like when they was there, Lonzo, Melo wasn't just walking through the building, So you started to see the superstars popping out. What was next? LeBron James decides to come do something there. You see other players. I think Paul George was supposed to do something, but he ended up reneging on his situation. But you see the trajectory. And I want to make sure that LeVar Ball, especially LeVar and Liangelo, because even though Melo did do the Drew League, but obviously Jello has been a staple there, with LeVar, and they just bring in the crowds, especially the first go around, and you seen them have sustainability. Now, obviously, it's about what's on the floor. As much as we want to see Liangelo light it up, as the sniper, we all know he could shoot the ball. You know, obviously, there's a lot of things he can work on, but it's all about the pieces they have on the floor with him. Who the hell is playing with Liangelo Ball? These are some of the questions that I asked, on numerous occasions when I was watching these guys. You understand? I think LeVar was playing like 6 or 7 deep, if I'm not mistaken. The bench was very thin, and some of the pieces were pretty lackluster. I'm gonna keep it 100, but I understand the method to what was happening. It was to get Liangelo in the most expanded role possible. And you've seen Liangelo in different situations, bringing the ball up the floor, things that we may not be accustomed to seeing him do with the Charlotte Hornets, with the Greensboro Swarm, with Team BB, coached by LeVar Ball. We see an expanded Liangelo. So I think that is a pivotal start for Jello if he can. We all know, if you've been living under a rock, Jello was dealing with an ankle situation that sidelined him for some of the Swarm games. We got to get into what the hell is going on out in the Greensboro Swarm. I think that's going to probably require some of the most time, effort, and energy, but that Team BBB for the Drew League is pivotal for Jello. I'm telling you, and I don't give a damn what people gonna say is this, is that. It's pivotal because that's where Jello has the most expanded role, and it should carry over. And obviously, what's happening when he goes to the Hornets and things of that nature, and Greensboro, it seems like he's not always able to put out what he has worked on to the full maximum potential, for the basketball team to really flourish. But it's truly just, like I said, there's no other way to slice or dice this, ladies and gentlemen. Liangelo Ball is in a serious pivotal moment. It's crunch time right now for Jello. This is one of the biggest summers, I believe, for his basketball career, because it could go in a multitude of directions. He could be in a multitude of different venues. I think when we look back with Jello's career, I think we're gonna go back to his decision this summer. What's happening right now? Where is he going to do? We've heard a situation with him with the Breakers, the New Zealand Breakers. If you've been living under a rock with them, obviously the New Zealand Breakers, that's a whole nother situation. Obviously overseas, I understand why they were even brought up in the first place. If you see the trajectory of what has happened with Greensboro and Charlotte, obviously you would think that would be ideal. I think everybody wants to see these guys on the floor together, and Jello actually playing in the NBA. So when we hear of him possibly going overseas, some people don't understand necessarily what's going on, even though that's still an avenue to get him to the NBA. Liangelo Ball going overseas could be a good fit for him. Number one, like I said, we heard LeVar say he when he was in New Zealand that Liangelo wants to play for the Breakers. He called out Simon, the GM. I don't think we got any word back, but we heard something. I mean, says something where there's smoke is fire. So I think that's a viable option, New Zealand, or even overseas in general. And I think you can see an expanded role for Jello over there, which I think in turn could get scouts' eyeballs directed on him and then go from there. I truly believe that, ladies and gentlemen. I believe in, Liangelo Ball. I just don't believe he's getting the most opportunities, just like every other player, and he's going to make mistakes. He's got a lot to work on as well. I mean, obviously defensively, even like I can even think like making shots off the dribble. I think these are things that Jello could work on. This is not to say that he's bad at doing this, but these are well defensively. I think everybody needs to work on that. But I think at the NBA level, with the speed of the play, I think that Liangelo Ball needs to show NBA scouts that he can shoot it off the dribble. And I do believe that was what LeVar Ball was trying to work on with him all summer long last year. Now, due to the ankle situation, I want to know how much work was Jello able to really get done. And I'm telling you, don't be surprised. These guys are working. Don't think just because it's not documented and all over social media that these guys aren't out there really getting after it, especially in Leangelo's sake. Last we heard of Jello, he's doing some things. Like I said, he's turning up in his personal life, like, and I think that that's going to turn up in his basketball life. In my humble opinion, it's just he needs to get put in that situation. I don't think going back to Greensboro or the Hornets. I don't know if that's what I like best for Jello. What I would like to see for Jello, if he is going back to the G League, if he has that aspirations, he don't want to go overseas because they've been there and they done that. I would like a different situation. I mean, there's other G League affiliated teams, ladies and gentlemen. We can't live and die, with the Charlotte Hornets. It may be a situation where Jello needs to go play for a team. I don't know where, but it's some of these teams that they have in the G League. Just all over these various places. Go to Chicago, go to the Westchester Knicks, go to Delaware, go. I mean, do something in order to break out of what the hell's happening here. In my opinion, a place where they actually develop young talent, where is young as a young roster. I think that could be best suited where Jello can make his mistakes. We're gonna get all into it. We're joined by the legendary Rave Kingdom and the legendary Uncle Vern. Rave Kingdom, what's the deal? Is Flight Sports TV.
Man, what's going on? What's going on? Uh, you know, Shout out to the panel. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who's staying loyal, man. Staying to the grind, listening to this beautiful information, Dex and Flight, and everybody else who gives them information today. But anyways, shout out to Liangelo, man. I want to see the best for him. I'm gonna have his back, man. Career wise, I'm agreeing with him. I'm with him. Every step of the way. Hope Jello, just does his thing, man, and show, man, he's ready to get picked up, man. He's ready to prove himself. He's ready to ball. He's still got basketball in his mind, and that's a beautiful thing. Personal life, I don't necessarily agree with, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I know you had a conversation about it a while back about Miss Nikki Baby and him and the personal life stuff. I don't necessarily agree, but that has nothing to do with me. That's his life. But career wise, man, this is what I follow, man. I follow his career, man, and I hope he does best. I definitely for the brothers as well. I hope the brothers always have his back and be there, and want the best for all three of them, and for me especially. I can't wait to hear more update news about Zoe and more news about Leandro and Melo. So for Leandro's sake, though, I hope he keeps grinding and showing these people, man, he's a fighter, man. I hope he keeps showing he's a fighter.
No, that's facts. We definitely want to see the best for Jello. There's been so many different things. We got a lot of different options for Jello as well. I want to get into tonight. We got Uncle Vern in the building. What's the deal, Unc?
Hey, Flight, tell me what's going on. What's going on with what's happening with Jello? What is this?
Well, no, it's nothing breaking or anything like that. We just discussing what's the best next course of action for Jello. The best suited for his career. The best direction for upwards trajectory. Obviously we've seen what has happened in Charlotte, Greensboro. We obviously that's ideal. I think if we all could just minus what he's went through, if we just looked at all of the options, of course it's Charlotte. We want him in the Hornets, we want him close, either is with Greensboro so he can go to the active roster. But it seems like it's something going on where Jello is getting lost or stuck in the shuffle down there in Charlotte, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Okay, I see what you said and like that, but I see Charlotte having the plan for her. The plan ain't too forthcoming, ain't too you know what I'm saying, worthy now. You know what I'm saying? But I see them having the plan for her. As far as Jello personal life, that's personal. That's on him. His personal life gonna get him sunk or gonna get him swimming and going out and playing in the NBA. But it'd be stupid for him to go to Rochester anywhere or any other place or Alaska, any other place and play basketball when he got a chance at the NBA and he real close to the NBA. That'd be foolish. That'd be taking a step back just to get more time. He can stay there and get time or get no time. It don't make a difference. He's still there. He close to the NBA. Why move off somewhere else? Why go to Europe somewhere to go play? That's the silliest thing ever heard. Unless he have to, and he don't have to. They got it. They holding on to him for a reason. So until they say, look here, well, we want to go and let you go and this ain't working out, then you got a chance to move around and try to get some other teams close to the NBA. Don't move away from the NBA. Just go up, throw up 39 or 59 points and then say, hey, I'm NBA, I told you so. And they say, well, you ain't no better than the rest of them guys that was here. They had a chance to do that same thing and didn't do it. Start doing Dwight Howard or some goddamn body. That's stupid as heck. Like, I don't know why you would think like that.
Right. Shout out Super Team VIP. Shout out KNT. Shout out Slim Can Hoop. Shout out to Malaya. Everybody in the chat. You already know what it is. I think it's stupid, like I said, for a lot of things, how Jello was being utilized.
Yeah, that's shot you. We already know how shot with Flight cut you off. I'm sorry, Flight, but we already know how shot it is. Jello can't speak for Charlotte. They hold on to this Desiree. This up. You know, it's hey boy. I don't even know what Melo gonna do. That old Jello, but still though they both being held on to their legal obligations.
Right. I mean, I mean, listen, I agree with you. I was discussing prior to you coming in, and I want to ask everybody in here. I was discussing why Team BBB for the Drew is very important because Jello was able to have the most expanded role. Do you agree with that? What's your thoughts on that?
Me? Yeah, I agree with it. I agree 100%. You give him a stage, you give him a platform. He can come out there and still do the same thing he did last year. See if he learned anything from last year. Try to work on his game. You know what I'm saying? The more exposed you can get on this game, it's good. That's what I was saying at first. You know, if you're in the G League, you're in the G League. Right? Next move up is the next move up. That's the NBA. You don't go back, right?
No, that's facts. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Feel free to support Flight Sports TV in the Super Chat, the Cash App, the PayPal. We on our way to doing some amazing, incredible things. We're looking to bring some of the most amazing, incredible people to Flight Sports. We want to appreciate all your support. We're going to keep delivering that great content. But it was rumors about Liangelo Ball possibly going to the New Zealand Breakers. I don't know if y'all seen that. Where basically LeVar was in New Zealand. You heard what he said. It was a lot of microphones in his face. What did he say? Yo, listen, y'all want an exclusive? Y'all want an exclusive? And then he just popped out and said, Liangelo Ball wants to play for the New Zealand Breakers. And what do you think about Jello going overseas? We all know that they've been there, done that. But what do you think about this time around if he was to go that route? What could be different for him?
It wouldn't be no different. It's the same thing. Bello ain't gonna be there, so we ain't gonna be playing off the people out there. He gonna be out in some country with no speak no English, where they're looking crazy as heck, and look at and sit up there fighting with his girlfriend. There you go. I like that in your flight. At least he gonna take his girlfriend with him.
I mean, like I said, I'm more concerned about him on the floor. Making sure
I
that
don't see no European team sitting up there letting him sit up there and go get no 40, 50 points like that. I don't see them doing that, like.
Well, I'm not saying that he going out there to drop 40 and 50 points.
I mean,
but I think going out there. I think going out there. Well, like I said, they could. I'm not saying that wouldn't happen, but who knows? I mean, but Jello can go out there and be one of the top players on the basketball team. I believe we've seen him overseas before. Even when they were overseas, they held Melo back. They would hold Jello back. But you've seen that they was ready to go crazy. Obviously, Jello going overseas, I think it opens the game up for him. They are professionals over there, so I do expect him to dominate. I don't know about 50 points every single night, but I definitely see high 20s to 30s and shit like that for Jello. Coming off a whole lot of screens, a lot more action being ran for him. I mean, seriously, in Greensboro, even when he was with the Hornets, even when they brought him in, because we got to remember when Steve Clifford, he was the coach. He was playing those guys for all of them, at least in the beginning, towards the tail end, garbage time minutes. They all minutes were getting going around equally. And Jello didn't have no actions, no plays ran, things of that nature. I think overseas in Greensboro, overseas with New Zealand, if he was to go that route, I think you're gonna see action ran from him. I think you're gonna see plays ran. I think you're gonna see him with the ball. Maybe even isolation, shit like that. There's some things that we want to see. Go ahead.
Well, can I say this? I'm sorry. I like that in you. I like that understanding. But I don't think we're going to see it because unless the United States going to be sitting there like they did before, and they did that with Melo and Jello, but they didn't just do it with Melo when he was over there by himself. So we ain't going to be seeing it too much, Flight.
We're going to find out. Who knows? I mean, like I said, I believe if Jello gets the opportunity, I think he dominates.
I think he dominates here in the United States. What you got to go?
Yeah, but I mean, is he getting the opportunity here? I think if we want to continue,
he got a sad contract. Them people paying him.
No, I know. Listen, that's not what I'm here. But that's not the argument, man. I mean, we know he getting paid, but I'm talking about him getting minutes.
You said he ain't getting the opportunity. The opportunity he got is there. He on the court. He got a signed contract with them. That's the opportunity. He got the opportunity. Them people out there in Europe trying to get over here and get the opportunity he got. They trying to get that opportunity. You don't get it. He got it already. He just got to do something with it. Get his mind off that brawl or whatever else he got his mind on.
Hey, man.
For real, play.
Right
now, he's going to lose a good opportunity.
Hey, man, I can't get caught up in all this stuff.
I'm
not involved. I can't get involved in what guys are doing. Like I said, I'm concerned pertaining to him on the basketball floor.
Basketball court.
Yes, and I listen. I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm pertaining to, man.
The main thing is to maintain, and you got to maintain all that, man, on the basketball court. Off the basketball court, I don't know what to tell you. But on the basketball court, the only way he's going to succeed is to maintain. And he got that. All you got to do is keep shooting that jumper. Shoot that jumper. Keep shooting. Keep shooting, Jello. Yeah, keep shooting. Thinking and all other stuff going to come natural for you. Just keep shooting.
Well, you brought up thinking a lot. I mean, listen. I mean, he's a human being. You got guys yanking him out the game. Just like I said, no consistency with play.
Right.
And yeah, so I mean, wouldn't you be thinking out there more than? I mean, he can't play free. I mean, because playing free, I mean, a mistake or is all she wrote.
Well,
it seemed like it's a short level of issues they willing to tolerate with him. Pertaining to other people.
Okay, now I look at it like this, like with Jello, it's a job. He got a good job. Got one of the best jobs in the world. That's just being in the NBA alone. But he got a job there, and it's like that job don't. Okay, he 1 to 2 years on the job. You know what I'm saying? That job just don't advance you like to a certain extent. Advance you like that, like your job what you got. You real good at it and everything else. You show up every day. You do it. You put in the work and everything else. But it don't advance you like it advances everybody else. You understand me? But it's all right, though, because you still got that job. So if you still there, once you still there, these people got you there for a reason. It ain't for your looks. It ain't because you LeVar's son. And maybe it's because you Melo's brother. And if that's the case, you use that for your advantage. And if it's for your looks, then you will look for your looks. If you lose your looks for your advantage. But you already right there. You got the job. You come to work every day there. Put in work. If you don't come, they're going to call and find out if you ain't there.
But do you really feel deep down in your heart that they gave this man Liangelo Ball the best opportunity to succeed?
All the chances and opportunities. But they ain't giving them all of them because he can still get more time on the court. They're giving them chances and opportunities.
What I'll say is this: they have given him some chances. I tell you what, that game. To your point, to not make it seem like I'm just
right.
pulling a clean sweep here. To your point, that game one where Jello, it was the game where the first preseason game he came. Obviously, he didn't play with Melo, but he got out there. I don't know if that was his moment to strike, and I will give Jello, like I said, we got to hold people accountable. I think accountability is something we got to start doing as well. Jello missed shots, but I don't feel like his whole I think that game right there with him missing them shots in Boston, it kind of made it kind of messed up throughout the rest of the whole situation. They looked for him that game, but he missed shots. In that first game, but I didn't see no action after that. But I did see other people able to make mistakes. It was other players who made mistakes and they still got their minutes. They were still guaranteed playing time. But Jello, on the other hand, it seemed like if obviously his calling card is making shots, you're playing like inconsistent minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna give him no excuses. He's a professional, but he missed shots and they didn't give him the similar opportunity like they did in that first game. I think if Jello hits a shot or two, I think I think all that shit kind of slow down, in my humble opinion. Like they play him more. That first game they gave him the opportunity, but I didn't see much after. So that's just that's in my opinion.
I saw a couple of times. That one time, especially with that one dude had so many assists and he came back the next time and didn't even throw the ball to G. Act like he didn't know who Jello was.
That happened a lot.
Yeah, that off and on stuff. He was getting a lot of off and on stuff. But it's like I said before, Charlie got a reason for keeping him there. Like it ain't because his looks, man. And to a certain extent, it ain't because this game, because they realize this game can be better and hopefully it's gonna get better. They want to see some results in this game. This been like I said, it's been 2 years since Mitch Kupchak that brought his ass on. This is the second season, right?
Yeah.
So it's easy for him to get off the pot. Something gonna happen. So they wait for him to do the cup through. So when he get those opportunities again, if he's smart enough, he'll be ready for the next opportunities. That's what they talk about being a pro. Not only just in the NBA, it's anywhere in sports, especially when you get paid for it. If you got it in, you better show it. This ain't Detroit. And like I said, he got all the opportunities. All the opportunities. If you don't come to work, they'll call and find out he ain't coming.
Listen, I understand where you're coming from, but to my point, Jello did not get the same fair treatment. Like you said something like maybe he's there just because of his brother. I want to believe that they actually had a plan for him, because I remember when they first got Jello, I heard when Kupchak was saying, no, he's a real player. Like Kupchak, he was making it. He gave a nice little soliloquy. It just wasn't some BS. They asked him legitimate questions. This is Mitch Kupchak. You understand? They asked the president, questions of a guy that's playing in the G League. You understand? And then eventually when they signed him, it ramped up. But it is what it got.
If that's the case, how you see it like that? Like it don't even make sense if they just let him just come along, huh?
What do you mean?
It would only just make sense if they just let him just come along.
Well, it all depends. I mean, it all depends on the patience. If you want to continue to, like I said, they bringing in. Listen, let me tell you something right now, man. Hold on, I'm going to cut you off, Uncle Ron.
Go ahead.
You got to think about this for Charlotte, and Jello is going to Greensboro. If he was to go that route, that's if that's the move that he wanted to make, right? Okay, he goes there. Listen, Charlotte got two first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. This draft alone. We're not accounting for the people that's collecting dust on the roster. They might be recycling, the other people that's there. So you potentially got 4 guys who could be down there. I want to believe the second pick won't go. I want to hope not. But this is Charlotte. I would think the late first rounder goes to Greensboro and receives ample playing time. And those 3 second round picks will be down there. So you got all of these people jockeying for position, and then Jello goes back into a tornado, with a coach that, can you trust him? Is Surin camp, for his sake, and it's tough. It seems like with these G League teams, they're gonna prioritize the people they drafted, But it don't seem like they're giving Jello much opportunity. He's in the rotation, and then he's buried on the bench. But do want to say that I think Jello was dealing with some injury issues that maybe wasn't reported. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I want to hope that was some of the reasons why we may have seen him sidelined, and we was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. I want to believe that some of this was some injury issues that, didn't get reported until later. But clearly, you see the ankle was a serious situation, so let's see what happens if he could shake off all these injuries and get back on the floor for whoever it'll be.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, what do you think about the work LeVar Ball has done with Jello? So he did a lot of work with him, to get him in position this year. Obviously, they didn't give him the opportunity. Even in it was a situation with the summer league. It seemed like I think it was the health and safety protocols. He got sidelined for one of them games. A lot of different things.
What I think about the job, what he did with Jello, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think he did. I think he did a good job with Jello. I think he's still doing a good job with Jello. I don't think it's wise out to where if he's talking about Jello going out, get out of the country, going out of the country like that. I don't think that's wise. But then again, you know what I'm saying? He gonna do what's best for his son, with his son, period, for his family, period. So that's all he's doing.
Right.
So I think
for.
But you ain't gonna threaten the NBA by pulling your son from the G League and then taking him up out there. That ain't too much.
No, I don't think that's a threat. I mean, like I said, I think it's a situation where they may not be pleased at what's happening, with Greensboro, so they might want to look at other options. They got options.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Now listen. Okay, now look. Okay, look here. As we said, as far as the BB as a brand, with BBB as a brand, or we talking about Jello as a person, as a player, and then we talk about him and playing.
Right now we're talking about him as a player. I'm not.
Okay, right. But as far as the BBB brand, you can put it both together. By him being in the United States is a big thing too. When you going out of the United States is a big thing too. Business wise, if you make it as a business wise decision, yeah, it sounds good all the way around the board, whether he stay or go. Especially if he go, because he got a bigger audience looking at him. He talking about New Zealand, that's the down under. This is gonna be almost 1 billion some people there. So I understand that. That's not what my concern is. My concern is this. In the NBA is where everybody trying to get to. Like they ain't trying to get to no goddamn down under New Zealand.
No, I understand where you're coming from, okay. but I want to tell you this. I don't think it's a situation where Jello was in New Zealand for the duration of his career.
It might be. It might be.
No, I don't.
Let me ask you this: where's Dwight Howard at?
Well, Dwight Howard spent a lot of seasons in the NBA, man. This is the tail end of his career.
Oh,
Dwight could have just retired, but he obviously didn't want to.
Right.
We got to understand something about Dwight. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I understand he don't got this, he ain't got that. There's a lot of players who ain't got this and that. But Dwight Howard is a legend. I don't know if he wasn't on the top 75 list, but I don't know if he should have been, but Dwight Howard, I think, should be in the NBA. I mean, like I said, they his issues going on with that.
Yeah,
Carmelo, come on, man. Let's be real.
Right. They don't want to pay him that kind of base salary money.
It's not even base salary. I mean, I don't know who they pissed off, in they playing days, but it came back to haunt them. I mean, Carmelo should have been in the league. Dwight, these guys should have been in the NBA, man. But I mean, I don't want to diverge and all that.
Right.
So you telling me all 30, nobody could use Dwight Howard?
Right. No. I agree. Somebody blackballed somewhere.
Come on. The same thing for Carmelo Anthony. You telling me all these teams, nobody could do this? Nobody could sign Melo? He can't help nobody?
Yeah, babe, flight, but look here, but I ain't stupid either. I saw Dwight when he went out there to Philadelphia. He wasn't doing all that out there. So it really wasn't, whatever he was giving him, really wasn't all that. He wasn't getting all that one time.
He was coming off the bench. He did a few things. He was a rotational piece. Was he a superstar? Hell no. But like I said, I'm not saying that's going on with Jello because, he got opportunities like you said, but I don't think he had consistent opportunities. He didn't
Still
have the
young.
same.
First of all, he's still young yet, and he ain't even started his career. You got to get his career started before anybody starts. Sending him anywhere. He just started his career just starting. I think he 23, 24 years old. He should be finished college last year. This should be his rookie year now.
He's a young player. We
Okay,
we know
I
Joe's a
know,
young player.
right. But I think this should be his rookie year now, coming to his rookie year. His rookie what is it? I don't know, something like that, close to it. But yeah. As far as that goes, his development, growth, and his development. And what league is he in? The growth and development league. Is your league. Next.
Yeah,
That's
man.
how I see it, Flight. Jello good. And he getting paid. And his father, look at his family. Man, that dude blessed. He blessed. Flight. He ain't got to go to New Zealand, man. He got to go to New Zealand for. He might go to Japan. New Zealand. This is for business. Like I said, Flight. This is business. That's the only way I can see it. And I'm half blind. I ain't all the way blind, Flight.
Right. Like I said, I believe in Jello. Let's see what happens. I would definitely want him to broaden his opportunities. So when I did hear New Zealand, like I said, I wasn't upset about that. Of course, I would like to see him in the States, but if he needs to go there for a season, build a buzz, get traction. We got to understand something. Even in these overseas leagues, they play the whole season, and then at the end of it, they could still get picked up, by NBA teams. So who's to say, he doesn't want to get, like, for instance, Dwight Howard is over there, wherever the hell he's at, going crazy. You telling me nobody could have never got him? Or you don't think it was no extraness going on with that? I mean, now you got DeMarcus over there. I don't know where he's at, but you got Lance. So a lot of people going overseas, So I'm just saying, these guys, you think they plan is to stay there forever, or are they using that shit as a vehicle to get back to the NBA?
Use it as a vehicle to get back to the NBA.
There you go. So Jello is going to be trying to do the same exact thing.
Why would he have the exact same thing? He already is in the NBA.
I know. Listen. No, listen. You don't understand. Well, right now we're not 100% sure what's going on with the contract involving the Greensboro Swarm. We don't know what is he going to do. You heard LeVar Ball go on the radio and discuss New Zealand, and they brought in, teams that he could be going to. So I don't think we should be married to any destination for Jello right now. We don't know what the hell he's going to do until he comes out. They come out and announce it. But
right.
Like I said, we just like I said, we're just trying to figure out, brainstorming the best action for him.
Right.
But I understand where you're coming from. You saying some good stuff about the opportunities. Some of the stuff you said more was about pertaining to accountability.
Right.
You discussed about him with he got some opportunities. And like I said, he like that game in Boston. I do believe he wish he could get that back. And I've said that after. Like, I think that game was important. Because everybody was on deck for that game, and they gunned for him in terms of finding the ball. If anybody go and look at that first game in Boston, they really they were looking for him, so it's tough, man, that he missed those shots, but I think if you gave him those shots back, I believe he hits them, but he's a professional at the end of the day, so it's like I said, but at the end of the day, man, the guy missed one shot, he get yanked out. I've seen him miss one shot in the summer league. They pull him out the game. So if he don't make that shot, he can't stay in. But then we'll see someone else do something ill-advised, get an opportunity to correct that. Don't have to worry, look over his shoulder like, oh man, I might get yanked out of here.
Right.
So it's crazy. Even like with Greensboro, I think they have their version of the All-Star game or whatever. They never have highlighted Jello. Even when players was in and out, they never brought Jello on. And maybe that situation, some of it was, they had players who just didn't do nothing. They had young players who needed more attention. They coming back. You got guys in their second league in the lottery, drafted in the lottery, continuing to come back and forth to Greensboro. That takes time away from guys like Jello? You know, what if all your young guys were hits? You know, you shouldn't have none of these first rounders in Greensboro. They all should be up there contributing on the active roster. But with the Hornets, that's not like that. I think you send him to another team. He's not dealing with an influx, a bunch of lottery picks coming down, and first rounders and second rounders having to go get recycled. You know, and then he's just there with players trying to, you know, get in, you know, and I think he needs to look for possibly a better team. So if he wants to stay in the United States, I'm with that. That would be my preference for Jello, would go to another G League team. I would gauge the interest and move on from there, opposed to going overseas right away. I'm not saying overseas is not bad, because you got to remember, overseas, he may be able to get the role that we all want to see from Jello. You know, he may be able to go out there and thrive, make his mistakes, not have to worry and look over his shoulder. If he do this, he do that, he getting yanked out, you know. But there's other G League teams that's out there. I would try to gauge the interest there first. If I'm Jello, I would see what's happening. And then if it, like, all else fails, then look into a situation with New Zealand or overseas and use that as an avenue, like you've seen other players do. We got to stop acting like we haven't seen players go overseas and come right back. You know, we've seen players go overseas and stay there as well. You know,
Right.
but you know, we all know there's a method to the madness here with Jello. Let's stop acting like we got amnesia. We don't know what the hell is going on. You know, Jello, his plan is to get to the NBA. Let's just keep it 100. You know, so if they go into New Zealand, possibly, it's for a goddamn reason. You know, it's not just for the hell of it. You know, when they did the JBA World Tour, when they went overseas before, it was always a method to the madness. They wasn't out there for no reason. You know, and like I said, and a lot of players, you know, thrived off of this. You understand? A lot of players use the JBA to heighten their profiles, and you see various guys, not just Melo and Jello. You seeing other players from, you know, the JBA. They're in all kind of leagues, professional leagues right now. So
Right.
give credit, you know, to what the JBA did, and you seen Jello use that to his advantage. He had an expanded role. You know, people try to discredit this, discredit that. But when Jello don't have to look over his shoulders and have an expanded role, we see the greatness out of Jello. Can we agree with that?
Flight. No, because you just flight. I'm tell you something. This NBA, you talk about him being an NBA player. He got to always look up over his shoulders, unless he just got that kind of game that just dominates like that. And if he ain't got that kind of game that just dominates like that, matter of fact, he better not. But why his main reason to look over his shoulder, because if he want to be successful in the NBA, he gonna have to make some enemies, and that's taking some jobs. Because his game
I
ain't
agree
that,
with that.
because his game and his name ain't that good just to get him on the court and have him getting minutes like that. Because there's a lot of people out there trying to get it too, and he knows that. Matter of fact, he know that better than me and you do. So just like he trying to get it, them guys out there trying to get it too, and they act like they don't even know him. So he got to make himself known. So if he got to work on his game, get his game, be more consistent, and get his numbers up, then that's what he got to do. If he don't, it's gonna show. That's just as simple as that. For real, with that flight. And they got, like I said, go this man over matter. If you don't matter, it don't matter. But he got to work on the game, though. He definitely got to work on his game, and he got to work on his game to a point that he just got to be able to put them things down, take advantage of them opportunities. They coming through. They ain't coming a lot. They coming few. But the main thing is he in there. It's just like the lottery. You still got to be in it to win it. You got to play it.
Now you're right about that, Uncle
Yeah.
Vern.
Yeah. So
I mean, look, somebody says how many? No, we got to cut. Shout out Melanin says how many JBA guys are in the NBA. Well, I'll tell you what, you got a lot of players. I didn't say the NBA in particular, but if you want to say the NBA, we'll have to run it down. But I will tell you this.
What is JBA? What is that?
You're talking about the Junior Basketball Association. LeVar Ball launched the
Well,
league. You
Melo in
know
there.
that. No,
Melo
but
in there.
yeah, but he was just trying to be, whoever that is, trying to be sarcastic. But what I was trying to explain was that Jello, the guys from the JBA are in various professional leagues. It's not just do your homework on who the hell is playing professionally that went to the JBA. I think you might want to pause the call, just chill out for a second. So the JBA was an amazing situation. You
I
know,
thought it
that
was the
trailblazed a
JBL.
lot.
I thought it was the JBL.
No, man. Nah, shout out Uncle Vern, man. You
Oh,
already
my
shout
bad.
out Jessica, Malaya, everybody in the chat.
Hey, Jessica.
Salute to everybody in the building right now.
Yeah.
Peace and love to everybody. You know, we're discussing G3G Honcho. I want to thank everybody for tuning in as we discuss what the hell is going on with him. How unfortunate was it if he could have got on the floor with Melo? Because you got to understand something. When he was with the Hornets, because who knows if he'll get that opportunity again with the Hornets. Why did they elect not to play him with none of the starters? Not even with Jello. I just think, like I said, he put him on the floor basically with the whole entire G League roster. You know, what do you think about that? With them not being able to play with Melo, because I think that could have changed everything. Do you think that Melo would have just found him for passes and got him? I don't know, but I would have liked to have seen that.
If that would have happened, that would have been good too. If that would have had the opportunity to do it, if they wanted them to have the opportunity, I think they would have gave it to them. They'd allowed that to happen. I don't think they wanted them to have the opportunity to do such. I think they wanted them to be out there away from Melo just to see what he can do, give him the opportunity to come up. Because they ain't gonna always be with Melo. That's how they can have to look at him to see how he can do it without that.
Yeah, I know, but it would have been good for his confidence. I mean, are you trying to build a good
well,
player?
Flight. Listen to me. Every day he get up and go to basketball practice. His confidence supposed to already be there. His confidence supposed to already build up, Flight. And that's building up to be a professional basketball player. Flight, for real, though, that's where his mindset got to be, man. Them dogs, them people's out there hungry, man. For real, Flight, you know that, man. I don't know why you don't know that. They hungry. So he see the other grown men out there the same. They trying to get theirs too. What did Kid Austin say? He said that same thing. He said he know the people's out there. They got to feed their family just like he got to feed his too. So he know that. Evidently, and let me tell you something. Like I said, let's go right back to this again. We'll see how hungry he is. Because you there with the opportunity there. If you want to want to spread your shots around and go somewhere else, we'll see how hungry you is when you get down there and do what you're supposed to be getting at. But if you get down there, you ain't getting no numbers, and you got a lot of enemies, and these people on your team ain't gonna pass you the ball. You ain't gonna get the numbers. And then you just be down there to be down there to a certain extent. You be bouncing around. I don't know. It depends on how his game is right now. All I can do is hope that he got it.
Right. So basically, you don't want him to go overseas.
No, Flight, that'd be ridiculous, Flight. But then if he go to be overseas, like I said, it help the brand. That BBB brand gonna continue to grow, and he gonna represent that BBB brand. But I don't see him going out there killing it over in New Zealand like that.
Well, you don't think it's gonna be as easy? I mean, I'm not saying that it's just gonna be a walkover.
I see, like, I know when a lot of people, you know, with that LeVar thing, you know what I'm saying, with LeVar, it's like they did when him and the Melo was out there, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people's out in other countries really don't like it. And then sports organizations like that, and little clubs, not organizations, but clubs like that, they're kind of standoffish, and a lot of these players are standoffish. Unless LeVar go out there running the show, you understand me? It'd be like Jello out there all alone. It's like he over Charlotte Swarm some goddamn well. You understand? Alone. So yeah, I think it'd be worse than just what it is here. At least in the States. At least he can call his brother. His brother might be able to come pick him up an hour and a half.
No, that's fine.
All right. No, flat out. Oh. He better hope they can hold. They got plans for him, and if they want to, they can reveal those plans. I don't see how come they didn't bring the. Wait, Flight. Let me ask you this, Flight. Flight, you still listening?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, now look at Flight. I want answer me this. I wonder if them people ever come to Jello and say, "Look at Jello, this is our plans for you." And I wonder if Jello ever tried to live up to the plans when they came back and said, this is, you know, even at the end of the season, they got a what's the name thing. They're going to tell you about your evaluation and all this and that, what they want you to work on with this and that. I wonder what that is. Because like you said before, maybe Jello was hurt and like that, you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't expose it and the people didn't expose it. So allegedly, I don't know, his ankle and all this or other stuff, but you know what I'm saying? It's always a lot of stuff in between that, behind that flight. That's all it is. A lot of stuff in between the games. I don't know what's going on with Jello. Only Jello know what's going on with Jello, and only Jello and the Charlotte Hornets organization know what's going on with them too. Whether Mitch Kupchak think he's right to see something in it, you want to keep on talking to him because evidently Mitch Kupchak called him name out on a first name basis, so he do got a good understanding of that man and who this man is and what's going on with their relationship. So he would know if he's living up to that relationship. And then, like you say, he got to get opportunities, man. And they got to get some touches. He got to get ready. He got to be ready already. And if he ain't ready, he better get ready. Because they're going to be giving some more games going to be popping up in a minute unless they got rid of him. And last time I checked, he's still with the Swarm, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
last time I checked, he was still with the Swarm, right? He's still under contract with the Charlotte Swarm.
yeah, Greensboro.
It's Swarms. Oh, yeah, we have Greensboro. You're right. Charlotte and Greensboro, two different places. I apologize. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Flight. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do, Flight. I hope it work out for the brother, though. I hope everything work out for him. Everything in life.
Yeah, I mean, but you can agree this is an important year, important summer.
Yeah, for the Charlotte Hornets and the Greens Swarm too, for that matter. Yeah, it's gonna be a place. Oh, it's about Mr. Money. It's about that money.
Yeah, it's an important year for the Hornets too, even outside of,
Right.
John.
Hey, did you ever come to a conclusion whom you would like to see? Not switching the conversation, but have you come to a conclusion whom you would like to see? Which one of the two guys do you want to see them the Charlotte get?
Uh,
Or
oh,
what guy?
now you good. Like I said, I'm just watching. I mean, I like both players. It's a tough call to be honest with you. I mean, the more and more I keep looking, the more it looks like I would say that I'm keep 100. Would you look like Brandon Miller is the guy, man? But I mean, Scoot, they both will fit.
Yeah,
Scoot, he's small, but he play big. So I mean,
yeah.
it's a tough decision, man, with
Yo, yo,
that
yo, yo,
pick. But I like Miller.
I like him too. But
I'm
do you think?
studying his game. He fits, man.
Yeah. Do you
Pause.
think Charlotte to be scared of his arrest record and whether that stuff that happened when him gonna come back in honey? Because
Shit, I
you probably
mean,
don't know good well. Allegedly he was charged with giving the guns to people that shot somebody or did something to somebody. I think somebody was a murder case or something. So he was
yeah, man. That's like I said. I mean,
right,
obviously
right. But I'm just saying,
that's
I
gonna
think
hurt him.
Charlotte might run
I
from it.
tell you what. That's what probably make it even more scary. Because what if he dealing with all that shit and still about
Right,
to go this high? So
right,
imagine if it wasn't. So you just gotta, they gotta make number two picks are always tough. We
right.
got Purple Baby in the building. I know she know what's going on.
Hey,
She been going
Purple
hard,
Baby.
I know this been a tough decision for you.
What's a tough decision?
I mean, he was before we get back to Jello, but he was talking about who I like with Miller or Scoot, and I was saying I'm studying Miller's game. That's crazy that he just said that because I was watching a lot of Miller clips, and
Yeah,
I'm starting to like this dude is a sharpshooter, man. So I'm just saying this. You got to think about that. But it's just like I said, you can't drive Miller and then Scoot turn into the next Derrick Rose.
right.
So it's just this is a tough situation.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
The,
Go
the
ahead, Purple
Hornets.
Baby.
Go ahead.
Um, I'm concerned with Miller. Just like, yeah, you can shoot threes, but can you hit a midi? Can you, go to the basket and convert? His rebounding and his defense? The playmaking is what I'm worried about the least. I'm just worried about, everything else. Like if he can come in and start doing everything else, I'll be fine. Like one thing about him that's been consistent even prior to the draft was that he was a good 3-point shooter when he was at Alabama. So I know he can hit threes at an effective rate. I just need to see what else he can do.
I, I think he gonna be real good. I think he gonna be I think he'll be a blessing alongside Melo. Man, they
Talking about
both height
who
and
Miller? They both gonna be good. They better make sure they nail the pick though. They get the right call. You know, whoever they pick need to make sure they turn into an all-star that is like a guy, because you got to understand the Hornets, they not getting nobody like a free agent or no all-star. Shit, it's hard to get a trade. They need to make sure they're drafting a future all-star, some shit like that. This is a guy who could be paired within a super team. Whoever it is, whether it's Miller or other guy, they better be drafting an all-star here, a superstar.
I've been listening to them, both of them talk, and it seemed like it really, to me, it seemed like Miller want to be in Charlotte real bad, and it seemed like what's the name want to be out there in Portland real
He ain't
bad
gonna be in
also.
Portland. Let me tell you something. He gonna get traded. Let me tell you what they really want. They want to get as drafted as high as possible to get the most money. Once Scoot Henderson get drafted, don't be surprised if news come out. Oh, he just got selected third. Oh, Scoot Henderson's agent says he would like to have the basketball. This is how this shit works, man. You understand? This is business. You know, and then now we working on the trade for Scoot Henderson. Do you really, if I'm Scoot Henderson, why in the hell would I want to play with Anthony Simons? Where's he gonna play? I mean, you got what's in there? You got Lillard. Anthony is damn near knocking on the door. Who's he coming in? He gonna be with the second unit with Shaden Sharp.
They finna work. They gonna work a trade for Anthony Simon. They gonna work a trade for him. I heard that same thing too. They gonna work a trade for him.
Simons is a good player, but that he's going to be the guy they try to play with. You know, they trying to do something in Portland. They got the kid Grant. He got to get paid. He might be leaving.
Grant. Plus, Simon is their second highest paid player too, behind Damian Lillard.
If I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know he just got his money.
They said it already. They said the thing already. They already said it. They said it already.
Shout out Joseph Abrams. Shout out my man Joseph Abrams. He says, I met Miller on his recruiting trip to Alabama. He's a good and would be the best fit. Joseph Abrams says, yeah, he said, met Miller. Okay, he said the same thing. He's a good kid and 3-level scorer. He's best fit for Melo. That's what I'm saying. I like that kid Miller. I think deep down, Mitch Kupchak and them, draft night, they're going to draft Brandon Miller, and everybody going to lose their goddamn mind. But I think they made the right call. You know, I think Melo need to be involved in this decision as well. I know Melo right now is on the world tour, you know, but they need to tap in with him to figure out who the hell is best suited for him. You know, you have an all-star. You got what's the name coming back. I mean, damn, to have a sniper there. I mean, you got to do something with Hayward. It's time to replace him. You lost McDaniels. You know, I mean, you got Terry there. I mean, hell, I mean, you have Terry. Terry's a dog. I mean, shit, you know, so I'm just saying, you don't have to get rid of Terry. You know, I mean,
but the thing is, him and Terry are not working. And I'm glad people are finally being honest, because after 3 seasons, it's about time. It shouldn't have took people 3 years to see that him and Aaron, when LaMelo was in Australia, him and Aaron Brooks were not working, because Aaron Brooks was ball dominant, shoot first, play make down the line third, but you know, trying to be that guy. And Terry acts the same way, where he wants to be that guy. So it was never going to work. And you knew LaMelo needed to be with a defensive guy. It don't have to be a 2-guard, but somebody that played defense, and you let Terry, because you gaslighting, you let Terry sit back there, you know, with him for 3 seasons. Like, are you for real? Right. And then you signed him. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he ate off Melo a lot. I agree. And then also the defensive side, he ate off Melo a lot too. And then a lot of times with him in the backcourt, they weren't getting a lot of turnovers like that, because especially Terry wasn't really on that, you know, ball hawk type player like that on the defensive side. You know, as far as that goes, they wouldn't get a lot of turnovers and a lot of still stuff in the backcourt.
Terry's a 6-man. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's a good 6-man, because he'll go. He'll go. He a dog now for real. But he he got capabilities. He can't get them too much outside the capabilities.
Yeah, like when you LaMelo, like if you want to maximize what he do, you got to put somebody next to him that
like a
like
Desmond Bain.
yeah, like somebody who can handle the ball and not necessarily be a scorer, but he
Right.
can score. That's why I said Scoot. He good because they've been looking for a player like him, like for the
Exactly.
past 2 or 3 years. But
Yeah.
Right.
with Brandon Miller's like my problem with Brandon Miller's he can shoot, but what else can he do? Like I think Purple Baby
Wait.
has said like he
Listen
has
to me.
committee. Like
Go
he
ahead. Go
looks
ahead. Go ahead.
stuff.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like he looked like a stuffed player. Like I keep seeing Paul George, and I can see it, but it's like I mean shit. He just kind of looks stuffed to me. Like he don't got he don't got to move to get to the basket. His jump, but like look where he pulled the ball from. Like he got a low, not a low release, but like the ball come from a lower spot. Like he got
But
like an
it works.
awkward looking
But
jumper.
remember, it works.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but at the same time, like when you look at every player that came into the league and they had a jacked up jump shot, the only player that you can say like he had a jacked up jump shot and the shit ain't not working at the end of the day. Us Lonzo, like Kevin Martin ain't in the league. You know what I mean? Like you like shit, look who Jordan draft before. What your boy name was couldn't shoot worth the lick. From
Michael King, Chris.
yeah, like
Hey, who got a better super percentage between Scoot and Miller?
I don't know to be honest.
Well,
Probably Brandon
to be
Miller.
honest with you, Purple Baby just said it about 3 times.
Well,
You got to
who got a better
do have a very good shooting percentage, especially behind the three.
Yeah, I get that now,
And,
but
and
I
then
mean shit.
when I was since I got your attention, when I was watching Scoot, a lot of his baskets, a lot of time be mid range or going to the basket with them dunks and stuff. It seemed like a lot of times that stuff he was doing with Portland and the trials and the workout stuff was going to the basket with dunks and stuff like that, showing us like athleticism and stuff like that, looking like Damian Lillard, taller Damian Lillard.
I
But
mean,
they
but
got
I would prefer that.
then with the fit, I look at the fit with him and Damian Lillard out there. It seems like they got the same. They all both do the same things. Except Damian Lillard better 3-point shooter, just like Dude is a better 3-point shooter. So I go with the better 3-point shooter. But far as Scoop concerned, he'd be on the side. Then when you think,
Hold on, y'all. Shout out my man Joseph Abrams. I think it's his
Yeah,
first time on the panel. What's good?
yeah,
what's
Flight.
up, Joe?
I had to tap in with you guys, man. I
Yo, I
definitely had to tap
appreciate you,
in.
man. Yo, you a chat. I try to tell my chat legends. We got eventually.
Yeah,
We need to see y'all. This is my
yeah.
first time talking to you, man.
Nah, yeah, I
Appreciate you for
appreciate.
tuning in.
Nah, I appreciate the content, man. I always, even when I don't respond in the chat, I'm always listening. I always got you
Right.
guys on the background, man.
Thank
You're
you.
doing
Yeah,
a
where you from? Where you from?
Yeah, I'm from Queens, B. You already know
Yo,
that,
shout
right?
out Queens. You
Yeah,
already know.
right.
You know
I'm
I'm
a
from Long
building.
Island. You already know what it is. I'm from Hempstead, Nassau. Stop playing.
You
Shout out
already know, son.
516.
Right, absolutely, son. But no, but I actually live in Alabama at the time, at the moment. So I caught Brandon Miller on his recruiting trip when he was in high school, and that I actually asked him about LaMelo back then too. So it's so interesting that he's having potential chance to play with him. But he was a cool cat, and he's 6'9" legitimately. And I watched him because I went to the University of Alabama as well for undergrad. And so I watched him play the whole season. Man, he's a 3-level scorer. Man, he doesn't just shoot threes, but he shot like his 3-point percentage was well over 40% in college. But like he goes to the basket, man. He really shoots free throws well. So
yeah, he do. He
so
87% free throw shooter. Yeah, he's like
so
83% free throw shooter. I saw
yeah,
that.
he's solid. Like when he gets weight on him, like I think he complements Lamelo's game perfectly. I don't think Lamelo needs another ball dominant guard to play with him.
No, he don't.
I think he
I
needs
mean, but
somebody to hit the
Scoot
wing.
ain't necessarily ball dominant. Like,
Yeah, Scoot needs the ball to be effective, man. Like
no,
Thank
he
he
you.
don't.
really
He can
does.
play off ball. He just got to get a
Man,
Right.
he
better
just
jump. I
saying,
do agree with
I
that.
believe you. I believe you. I was gonna shout out Quiz. Yo, when y'all was talking, I just said when you said from Queens, I said Queens get the money, and here goes
Yeah,
Quiz saying
absolutely,
shit in the
absolutely.
chat.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
we
your
already
boy
know, son.
sound
We already
like
know. We
too.
know. We
I'm
know,
about to say
son.
he
You know the
sound like
vibes.
Quiz, but less, but
Nah,
like a little smoother, like a little
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah,
yeah. You know the
with a
vibes, son.
deeper voice. Shout out my man
Nah, son.
Quiz.
Nah,
But but
Chris.
but what I want to say is about my man Scoot. He do play big, like in terms of going at the rim. You heard
Right.
Uncle
right.
Vern when he was balling. He looked like he played bigger than he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean that's what I'm saying. I think he could. I mean, I tell you what, the Hornets is gonna work both of them out. So they better make the right call. That's all I can
Right.
say.
Yeah,
Right.
like
So
I don't
I just
mind them getting scooped because like I get a scoop shoot like what 32, 33% from the three. But I feel like what he does do well already, he already been in the G League playing against well not professional, but you know what I mean,
right.
like playing in a professional system like diet and just learning the nuances of the game more so than just playing in college where it's like you the best player, we gotta put the ball in your hand. So
Right.
to me, he's a little more advanced in that way, and I would rather work with a player that already got elite skills. Like he already elite at getting to the bucket. He already elite at creating space. He can play off ball, but you do want to shoot better to play off ball. But I
Yeah.
think when it comes to shooting in the NBA, if he already at 32%, we really only need him to get up to what 38% to be effective. Is that what I
No,
mean? So it's like
32% is pretty terrible, man. Like let's keep it a buck, man. I think LaMelo has to be played. He has to have people who can shoot around him. Like I just don't think he needs another ball dominant guard.
I
Like
mean, but you gotta
I
remember
think that
now.
neutralizes LaMelo's game. Like I really do think like he wants to play with pace and space. I just don't think he needs to be splitting, bringing the ball up with another guard, man. Like, I just don't like. To me, it doesn't work. It kind of reminds me of like I didn't think the Chicago Bulls were going to work with Levine and DeRozan. Like when you guys are just like splitting time, and I
I
don't
mean,
like
but it
redundant
was
players.
working at a time though.
Yo, it was working when Lonzo was there, and then like yo, it was like
Yeah,
grand open and grand closing after that, right? But so
yeah.
I don't like redundant players. I like players that play specific roles. Like I don't need two point guards. So you have like get a bigger wing player and rock out, and like he shoots threes, he runs the court. That's what LaMelo needs, and he's a
But
bigger player
But the
too.
thing is, how do you maximize Lamelo?
By getting him shooters and athletic players.
I mean, we see that with Luka and James Harden when you get the star player and you want him to have people spread out. I think
Right.
LaMelo more effective when he can play off ball at times, when he don't have to always be on ball because he's a natural too. Like regardless of what he be playing
You think
and
he's a natural too?
overseas, to
You
me,
think
it's
he's a
just like how I look at Kyrie Irving. They got like I mean, not so much with LaMelo because LaMelo got the size. He can play the two for size
right,
wise, but it's we put them in a certain role because of whether that's Kyrie Irving height or LaMelo
right,
ball skills. But at the same time, like he's a score first player. Like don't get it twisted with LaMelo. Like, he's a score first player. He actually want to score the ball. So
right,
when they bring in Ish Smith in, right? I always say this. Ish Smith was brought in to be that secondary ball handler whenever they bring Terry to the bench and they want to keep
right,
Melo in, but they don't necessarily want him on the ball. That's what they've been looking for longest. So now you got a player coming in the draft
Shut
that puts exactly what you want. But I do understand why you would want to take Brandon Miller. I just don't see Brandon Miller being nothing more than an effective outside scorer
I
and an
don't mean to cut.
athletic
I don't mean to
player.
cut you off. Shout out my man Mo with the $5 cash app. Want to appreciate you. He says, "Shout out Flight. Thanks for all that you do. You already know what it is.
yeah.
We do it
Well,
together."
Flight,
I
you
don't
got
want to
Venmo?
draft
You
a
got
number two
Venmo, man?
overall player to be a
I got.
shooter.
I Venmo. Nah, I got PayPal and Cash App. You got PayPal?
Nah, I got Venmo, man. You got to jump on Venmo so I can donate to the
Venmo.
gang, man.
All right, hold on. Let me see what I can do with you. I'm
Let
gonna
me
see what's up. Appreciate you, Joseph.
definitely donate to the team. But I always tap in. I'm always listening. You guys do a phenomenal job. Everybody on the panel, flight salute to you, man.
Now I already
South
know, Joseph.
Carolina. Yeah,
Yeah, you've been on the chat for a minute.
yeah, nah. I always listen, man. I'm just it's been quiet with Lamelo and Lonzo being injured, so I'm just rocking out, waiting until they get back into the fold, and excited about next year. I really hope Lonzo can come back as quickly as
Man, me
possible, man.
too.
Because like
That's all I want.
that's because he's the one that really, I remember watching him in college, man, just really galvanized me and just really got me excited about the whole Ball family. So I don't want to see him sideline. I want to see him back playing and being productive. And Jello has definitely had the most challenging path, but I think he deserves a shot, and I hope he tries to go overseas and rocks out a little bit and builds a stock up. So eventually can come back over here and play. But it's been quiet without the Ball family involved in basketball.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So, but I
It's been
just
messed up, man. We got to get that. We got to change that, man.
Melo got to wear high tops, man. He got to stop playing in those low tops for sure, man. I don't know what's up with these kids playing in low tops. But back in the day when I was playing, man, we never wanted to play any low tops.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's we definitely need to get Lonzo back, in my opinion.
Right.
What you think about what do you think about the Bulls? Since Lonzo just went down, because I don't think we never got a
Bro,
chance to talk to you about this. Once he went
I don't
down, I mean, what happened?
I don't think about the Bulls, man. I just I don't. The Bulls to me are like a poorly constructed team, man. Like I don't understand. Like I remember when we were talking about free agency and which team Lonzo was going to go to, and when he went to the Bulls, I was like, I didn't get it because I just feel like they have so many redundancies. Like I just don't. Zach LaVine, DeRozan, like they are the same player to me. They do the same exact things, and I don't think in the pantheon of the NBA, like two players who do the exact same things, I don't think it leads to championships or a lot of winning. So, but Lonzo he was covering up a lot of deficiencies in that team. But without him, like they don't play much defense. They can't get easy baskets. So, after he went down, I really stopped watching them for real.
Yeah.
It just wasn't worth. It's like watching Charlotte without LaMelo, man. It's just very hard to watch.
I know
Yeah,
one
it
thing.
was rough.
If Caruso get first team all defensive this year, Lonzo definitely would have been
Lonzo would definitely defensive player of the year, right? If Caruso could get it. So
that shit crazy how they collapsed.
right.
That shit crazy. You damn near won't give Lonzo an MVP award at this point.
Right. Yo, but Flight, I have to see you in Georgia, right? You gonna catch that 50 Cent concert out there?
Nah, I mean 50 performing.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, I didn't know this performing.
Yeah, you gotta catch that out there, man.
I rock with 50, man. 50 was like I said, he was one of my favorite rappers growing up, man. I had all the CDs.
You already know how I feel about him, son. So
hey, listen, 50 Cent is the only up north rapper I ever buy an album and actually enjoy that shit.
50 Cent is different. His wave was different, man. I don't think he gets enough credit for that, but like that was a different time back then.
That's definitely like I said, I mess with Max. Max B, right?
Yeah, of course.
That was my Bigger Valley. Max Bigger Valley. That's
of course,
my guy, man.
But I got to catch it, man. I just it's different. People don't like kids these days. They think about Drake and like all these downloads and digital sales, but like to physically buy a CD was crazy. And I just remember playing AAU back in 2003, and we used to go out to like have you ever been to Island Gardens?
Where?
Island Gardens.
Island Gardens. Nah, what
else? It was in Long Island.
Island Gardens.
Yeah, that's used to play a lot of.
Island Garden. Oh yeah. Of course, Island Garden. Pardon me. Yeah, I played Long Island Lightning there. Island Garden.
You played for the
nigga,
Long
hell
Island
yeah, nigga.
Oh,
Yes. I used to play
that.
AAU basketball. Stop playing.
Wait, what year? Tell me.
This was hold on. This was I was in high school, man.
I know. What year?
We talking about this had to have been like 07. Oh, you say you graduated in 04?
04, yeah.
Oh, nah, me 2011.
We were serving them we were serving them up at we used to play against Long Island Lightning all the time, man.
Yeah, Long Island. I think everybody that was from Long Island that was balling played for Long Island Lightning.
Played for the Lightning, yeah, dog. Come on, so I was like the upper class team out there, dog. Keep it a buck.
Would you say it one more time?
I said that was like the upper class team out there playing for Long Island Lightning.
Right, now that is true.
That was dope. But we used to play in Island Gardens all the time, though. That was like the main place we hooped.
You brought back some old shit for me, Island Garden. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. I remember when I had to go up there and do shit for teams and shit. I used to play up there. There was a whole bunch of courts up there.
Right.
Yeah. Right. You bringing back the memories. This guy know what he's talking about. He's from Queens.
Yeah, absolutely. So we used to go out there all the time. I mean, we used to play like pro styles in the Bronx. A lot of different tournaments, man, throughout the city.
I'm from. I just represent Long Island, but I was born in the Bronx, but I ain't lived there for a little while.
Right.
So
I
don't represent the Bronx.
That's what I miss about it. Like your AAU. Like you didn't even have to leave the city, though. We went to just borough to borough, playing the different tournaments.
No, you ain't lying.
So it was definitely a wave back then, man. So, but I gotta jump off and go to work, man. So, but just hit me with that Venmo. I'll definitely contribute to the show, man. I
All
would
right, I
love to
got
do
you.
that. Please
I
do, man.
appreciate you.
All right,
I'm gonna set one up.
yo, please do, and then let me know, and I'll tap in with you guys.
I appreciate you, Joseph.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Uh,
All right, bye.
man, that's a crazy situation, man. We right on the money with some of these subjects, man. This is a crazy situation with the Hornets. Obviously, the Bulls. It's really wherever way we wanna move in, you know.
Oh, flight! I got a interesting update for you.
What's
So,
that?
I was listening to somebody, right, and they was
Mm.
talking about Scoot and Miller, like depending on who the Hornets draft, right? I heard them sit up there and say, well, it don't matter who they take. None of these guys are worthy of coming in right now and starting or even really being a part of the rotation. They need G League time. And yeah, Clifford does play young players, but you have to earn it. And I was like, I just put my hands on my face and I was like, that's the problem right there. Like, that was wild to me. I was like, you gonna put whether you draft Miller or Scoot, them on the bench or even sent a number like, oh my god, dog. Like I just covered my face. I couldn't believe my ears. I was like, that's y'all acting like y'all the heat or something. Like, whew, just I was
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh my god. I was like, it ain't no way, son.
The Hornets need to realize that they in a rebuild. That they ain't winning nothing no time soon. So stop trying to overachieve. Like, and that's why I say with Brandon Miller, like, I ain't knocking this game at all, and I ain't knocking the fact that he foot. Like, the Hornets do need a shooter. But it's like, bro, like at this point, when you a team like the Hornets, you picking that low, you ain't got time to make luxury picks like, oh yeah, well he fit because he's a shooter. We need a shooter. No, you get the talent and let that shit work itself out. Because if Brandon Miller end up just being a knockdown 3-point shooter, and that's about it, he can't give you too much more than that. Because he athletic now, but like I said, when I watch him, I just see a stuffed player. He got the size, but like I don't see him as a fluid athlete. Like he can jump, but I don't know. Like every time I see a player be stuff like that when they're young, it's like I don't see nothing else. Like are you gonna be Durant? Like Durant stuff, but Durant can pull up on you. I don't see that in Brandon Miller. I mean, he's 6'9", but mm, I just go with the talent at this point.
I mean, you're right, man. The Hornets definitely got to get out of that situation with that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Don't y'all agree?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's time to
But
take that next step. Go ahead.
no, I just don't. I don't like. I don't. I don't know if they. So I understand that they know that they're a small market, but I just don't like. Like I think that's disrespectful. Even if I want them to take Miller, it's not. I know it's about the money, and that's the most important thing. The money definitely plays, but it's no way if I'm in the top five, whatever, that I'm gonna tell this guy like, yo, you need to come off the bench when the last 3 years of us making the playoffs, we understand injuries is a part of the game. You should have coaching and coaching staffs that are good enough to get you by to a certain extent until your best players come back. So I don't, it's whatever when it comes to that. But to tell me you gonna put them in the bench or even in the on the bench or in the G League because you got this and that person, that's wild. Like
like you can't even name one player outside of LaMelo around that a younger age player, I should say.
So, man, Mitch
That
need to go ahead and retire. Michael just need to go ahead and sell the damn team, man. Let's get this shit over with.
like
My
that
bad.
like how Pro Baby said, that's what the Heats do. Like the Heats is the type of team if they draft somebody that high, they can afford to put them on the bench and don't have to worry about playing young players. But man, you the Hornets, the whole team young. Get rid of these older players. Like they ain't moving them. Like I feel like if you bring an older player into the fold with a young team, that older player better be moving the needle. I don't see Terry moving the needle. I don't see Hayward moving the needle. I just don't see it. So it's like at this point, why not just embrace the rebuild? At the very least, you can get some run out on with your boy named they draft last year and he ain't done nothing yet. Book night.
Yeah.
Not last year, but the year before. Like, get some run out there and get Mark Williams some runs. Like, get your
But
young
what you do with
scorers.
LaMelo Ball? Just lose again?
I mean, that's what he gonna be because LaMelo don't move the ball. I mean, Mark move the ball. He don't move the needle on as far as winning like at a high level.
I disagree with that. These guys didn't have the team either this year. I mean, what the man
No, but
had
that's the
injuries.
point I'm making though. Like
Yeah, but you
LaMelo
say he don't move
himself.
the needle. He can move the needle.
No, so when I say move the needle, I look at it like this. When you look at like okay, like when KD going to the Suns, KD moved them from a playoff team to like okay, well I can see them winning the championship. When the Mavericks pick up Kyrie, they going from they've been in the playoffs last year. They get to the finals. Kyrie supposed to take them over the edge. When I look at LaMelo Ball, you can't tell me LaMelo Ball goes to New York Knicks and now Knicks a championship team, or LaMelo Ball goes to Portland and now Portland is a contender. That's what I mean by moving the needle. It ain't a knock against him. He's still young, so that's where that come from. But
Well,
I don't
listen,
think they
you
got.
put LaMelo Ball in New York. Hey, I don't know. They're a
I
conference
mean, it'll
finals
be a
threat.
show, but it ain't gonna be.
They're a conference finals threat.
Nah, yeah, it ain't gonna be that.
You put
That
LaMelo with that defense. The
I don't
Knicks'
see
number
it.
one problem scoring.
I
Okay.
mean, shit. I know. Like LaMelo can score now, but I mean, in your honest opinion, do you see him as a lethal scorer? Like, do you see him like not
I
maybe
think
not the
he could.
top of the league or
I think he
something?
could grow into that. He's still looking to pass the
Yeah,
basketball as well.
right, right.
Like I said, I think he could grow into that. I think he's definitely a go-to scorer, number one option, the face of the franchise, all that good shit. You know.
But I'll say this about his scoring, and I will say this again. We spent, I say the past, not the past 2 seasons, but his first 2 seasons. To me, when I looked at the Hornets, and rightfully so to an extent, they wanted LaMelo to come in and be a playmaker.
Right.
For whatever the reason being, they wanted him to be a playmaker. I think it's time for that to change. I think it's a way for him to be a primary scorer or that guy with the ball in his hands without him being like, it's good that he play makes, but I want to see more of his scoring ability. I want to see, because I think he could be a 3 level scorer, but for right now, I don't see that. I don't see that he's a 3 level scorer right now. I think he didn't bought into the fact that Charlotte wants him to be the best playmaker on this team. And of course, his defense does need to improve and stuff like that. But the playmaking, and it's just like, it's a strong suit of yours, but it's not your best suit. I think your
Right.
best suit is scoring, and you're hindering that and getting guys like, ultimately Miles Bridges grew on his own, but Miles Bridges, I mean, I wouldn't have maxed him out, but he helped. If Miles Bridges didn't mess up, Miles Bridges get max money really. He's helping other guys get. Nobody's gonna. You looking to get how much Marcus Smart contract? Like 90 million or something like that. 85, 90 million. Like,
I think around that range.
yeah, like that's what you looking at making. Like, if you continue to stand around and do that, like, because they're not winning any greens anytime soon, but that's what he's doing effectively. If you continue to allow them to say, we don't want you to be our primary scorer, or we don't want you to do this, but what we need you to do is be our best defender on the perimeter, which I don't see a problem with that one, but and our best and only playmaker for this team. I think that's ridiculous. If
Right.
you're saying that you're not a one, I need you to, do your thing.
It's like remember that year when they had what's his name, Drew Holiday when he with the Pelicans, and
Yeah.
they keep saying, "Oh well, now he's get to be able to be unleashed and just be a playmaker," because they had him playing like de facto point guard like most of the time with New Orleans, and now they been saying like they about to let him loose, he about to so and so and so, and he ain't up not being a scorer that we thought he was. Not saying he can't score, but he's not a night in and night out scorer. Like he's a defender who can score. So with LaMelo, it's the same kind of the same thing. Like you want to see him in that role of he don't have to be on ball the entire night. So like if you bring in, like think about it, if you bring in Brandon Miller what motivation are you going to have to kind of move off of Terry at that point? Because you don't have his replacement. So I
Correct.
mean, you can find. Not saying you can find another Brandon Miller, but I mean, shit. If all you telling me is, oh, he works with Charlotte because he can shoot, is like, okay, what happens next year when a certain players around the range y'all can pick, and it's like he can shoot too. Y'all can't get another scoot at that point. So you go. I said you just go with the talent. Like I understand the fit and all that, but man, listen, if you move LaMelo off the ball full time and you say, listen, 50% of the game, we want you to just have the ball in your hand and we want you to take over. Scoot, what he do was he put pressure on the defense. He can suck the D in as he driving, like he can already penetrate with the best of them. That's people try to make him seem like, oh, he got a good jump, but that gonna translate to the league. But it's like you still gotta hit the shots.
Correct.
With Scoot, like shit, at least you know he got his go-to moves. He already in his bag of what he doing. But with Brandon Miller, like shit, we don't know. And then on top of it, like you got um Miles Bridges coming up the situation he coming off. You got John Morant got this situation he got going on. Don't act like Brandon Miller ain't got certain things in his background or what he had, like whatever he did caused, a young woman to get killed. So at the end of the day, it's like
Yeah.
all signs point
Well, it's
to
allegedly.
no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not alleged. He did
He
bring back
can't
his
even talk
homeboy.
about it. They said he comes in with a paper with his lawyer, and they said he can't talk about it because it's an
Yeah,
ongoing situation.
yeah. Like the
Right.
facts of the case already out there. His homeboy called for a gun. He bring the gun to him. The homeboy did something. Somebody get injured. I know he ain't done nothing, but it's like that's decision making. When they look at decision making in the NBA, that's a big thing, especially after this John Moran situation.
Yeah, man, the John Moran situation. I was just listening to Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless the other day. Hey, man, I believe that John Moran they're gonna hand his ass about I say about 50 games. I think they're gonna really make an example out of him. Just to understand that what I'm saying, you are a star player of the NBA. We paying you a lot of money. What I'm saying, he going if he fucks this up and he don't get the message after they hand him the punishment, he's gonna miss out on $1 billion by the time he's like 30 years old.
Hey, and they're
And
saying that been a damn toy gun he had.
I
That's what they
said,
saying.
yeah, man. I understand that he's going to counseling and all that stuff, but he need to keep on going to counseling and somebody keep on talking to him so he get his mind right.
Yeah. I say, like at the end of the day, man, like shit. I
Yeah,
don't know who
California
Charlotte
is
should
count
pick.
is say counseling again.
Yeah, it's that counseling. Yeah,
Nigga said cancel. It's counseling.
I mean counseling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So man, yeah, that young brother, he gonna need that, man. I know he's 23, about to be 24. Like man, yeah, he gotta get his mind right, man. I hate to see his future. I hate for him that lose all that money, or he just, what I'm saying, just lose the opportunity. So he need to understand that he's in a lot of people. He's in a situation a lot of people would kill for. You know.
Yeah, sure would.
Yeah, it's. I think that's an interesting situation. With the John Morant thing, and y'all forget Amani Bates also had
Yeah.
a situation that got him all the way sent to the
Yeah.
second round. So it's just like, yeah, maybe I don't know if it's any more that the NBA can do in terms of rules, but it's tough because Amani Bates has a lot of talent, and to see that man, a possibility that I think he'll get picked up by a team, but that he's going undrafted. We was talking about this man going in the first round, maybe late first round at first, early on. So that's tough. And it didn't
I
help none that he kept switching schools either. So
Yeah, I think he gonna
I
be
mean,
I think if he do get drafted high in the first round, and I don't like to use the word bust, but I don't think he gonna be nowhere near what anybody would think. Like when I look at him as a player, it's like he can hoop, but his measurables, they want to say he Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant ain't got no short arms. Kevin Durant ain't got no like
I understand.
Monty Bates got a one-track mind when he got the ball in his hand. Like out, if he don't got the ball in his hand, he ain't moving around. He ain't playing off ball, but it's like you ain't the number one pick to be able to do that. So it's like, how do you fit in with a team coming off the bench? Because you're gonna be a rotational player. Nobody bring you in to be a star or the main focus like that. Them days over. You ain't building up size on your body, so it ain't like you moving people out the way. It ain't like you a dominant rebounder. It ain't like you a lockdown defender. Like you a scorer, but it's like, I mean, shit. We see you around a bunch of talent, and you underachieve. We see you with no talent around you, and you not take all, but like you had a pretty good season. So it's like, okay, if we put you around talent, are you going to shrink again? I willing to bet he go. I willing to bet he's not going to be an NBA player as far as like someone who get everyday run.
Oh, okay.
I think the team
Yeah,
gonna kick the
y'all tell me
tires on
something
his
though.
talent.
Yo, tell me something. What's going on with Liangelo Ball now? I've been trying to find some stuff on him. So what's the news on him now? What team is he gonna be on?
No.
We just kind of brainstormed, really. It's nothing concrete. We just want to figure out what's the best place for him.
He should have gone over the seas to the London Tigers or wherever team he
That's
was
where they
at.
say he was going. I mean, because I was on his IG a couple of months ago. I mean, I was on his IG to see what he was up to. I know he just had a baby not too long ago. So
And see, that bring a whole different set of responsibilities to the
yeah,
team. So I mean,
yeah,
shit. Hopefully,
man.
that can be something that he
I,
can.
I just don't want to see Liangelo Ball talent go down the drain, man. He got all that talent and he ain't doing nothing with it, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope he plays somewhere because he can't afford right now competition that we see. He can't afford to sit around or take it out of time off. I mean, he got responsibility, new responsibility now, but but he needs to still constantly be in the gym. I mean, that's what I told him on his IG. I don't know if he got my message or not, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you need to. I hope he do something, man. So be on somebody's team, even if not be his brother. You know what I'm saying?
There's another year going by, another close to
That's what I'm saying.
120
Yeah.
year olds coming into the league now.
Shout out Joseph Abrams. Appreciate you, Joseph, man. Much love.
Yeah, man. So, Charlotte, man? I don't know, bro. Charlotte, I don't see them making to the playoffs this year, even if Miles Bridges come back. I mean, I know they're gonna probably have Scoop Henderson or Brad Miller, whoever they're gonna pick up. Hopefully, it'll be a some type of game changer. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the future is right on LaMelo Ball if he's gonna sign again or not, and it's time for him to sign that
Shout out,
contract.
shout out to Joseph Abrams. He sent the $50 cash out, man. Pay homage, man. You already know what it is. Appreciate you,
Shout out to
Joseph.
Joseph. Shout out to Joseph. Yeah. So
My
So
my question is, if you Lamelo and after 4 seasons, let's say they average out, they get what I think they got 43 wins in a playing spot, but you lose again. Do you come back or do
no,
you sign your new deal and say trade me?
trade
I
me.
think he stick it out for a couple of more years. Whether like
Nah, bro. Nah, man. He already what? How old is Lamelo now? 22 now.
Yeah, he'll be 22 going into the season.
I
Okay,
mean, if you
okay.
look at history, like that's what history shows with rookies. Like they sign a deal, they stick around for another 3 years, maybe 4 years, and then they request a trade if they want to leave. Like
If I
Uh,
it's
was,
rare that they be like, I'm
Kevin
gonna sign a
Durant was in
deal.
OKC for 7 years.
yeah,
Yeah,
LeBron
and
was there
LeBron been in Cleveland for about 7 years. Like
Yeah,
for
LeBron
Kevin.
just
7
didn't
years.
stay that whole 7 years.
But I don't see Lamelo staying there for 7 years, y'all. Man, I think, man, I don't know. Like
Shit,
I
just
said,
got a
Charlotte,
choice.
their season depends on it. They standards in the playoffs. I'm telling you, if they don't make the playoffs, bro, I don't think Lamelo. I think Lamelo is gone.
I
I'm
don't think
just
LaMelo at the
saying.
point where he can even have a gripe about missing the playoffs. Cause like think about it, he been injured every season he been in the league. So it's like y'all could have probably made the playoffs. Y'all probably could have had a better season some of them years. Like the year he been out for a good stretch, and then he come back. and he been playing good. But it's like shit, y'all lose some games where you been know like if you had played the whole season, maybe y'all wouldn't have been playing for a playing spot. You know what I mean?
Shit, man. Shit, when you don't got nobody
But
you really go
but
to.
his people can say what I told
Okay.
you about him, with that point guard stuff, that
Yeah.
you didn't put my client in the best winning position. Yes, my client has been unhealthy and all these things, but you have not put the right pieces around my client to help my client properly succeed. And like it's a lot of shit they can tell them.
Yeah, but you know the rebuttal to that. We draft you number two or number three overall. Like what you thought we had on the roster. Like what you thought we've been as a team. You know what I mean? Like if you Wiseman, you can make that argument because he get drafted to a team that already been winning, already had good players, already had a system and everything set up. But when you get drafted like top three, top five, like you already know you're going to a bad team 9 times out of 10. So it's like shit, you at one play. I'm pretty sure LaMelo ain't gonna be like, nah, if you drafted in the top 13, don't draft me at all because I ain't trying to play. And then he go to a team that kind of well equipped to put him in a position to win. Then it's like, yeah, he got kind of an argument, but I think with Charlotte, like I said, like he as much of an issue with Charlotte not winning as other players on the team. He just don't share a big load of that blame. Because we can look at Terry Rozier. He need to be coming off the bench when he in the game with Melo's like, yeah, they may be cool, but like with Melo off ball, like Melo seem to like I don't see him cut as often or move around as often. So he kind of stand around waiting. But if you got a guard in the lineup that understands, yeah, I can score, but I know our bread and butter at, so I just need to be a second ball handler on the court. Melo wouldn't be standing around as often. You know what I mean? But I mean, shit, got to move the roster around, and they trying to feed the players of making money.
Hey, hey, man, I wouldn't be surprised if LaMelo go to Golden State, the place he should have been there anyway, because Giants Wiseman should have been to Charlotte. But they messed that shit all up, though. You know what I'm saying? Well, it is what it is now.
I don't know what Golden State gonna do with their roster.
Shit, I don't really got too many. Well, they can do a little something. They ain't like that. They got really too many.
I think they
You know,
done.
shit. I might get a bit of Kaminga maybe because shit, I can see. I don't think Draymond Green coming back. Or let's say, I don't see it happening.
Like if I had been them, I put in Jordan Poole on the trading block and I asked him, okay, what y'all gonna give me for this? Because I promise you, a team gonna look at Jordan Poole and say, listen, he been playing with Steph Curry. He had a down year. He said, get his contract. Let's kick the tires on him. But he gonna come down to like, what is Golden State getting back? But I would definitely try to move Poole.
Man, he got punched in the face, man. So that fucked this whole season up. So like, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know,
like
man.
shit. If I had been his agent, I would have been requesting the trade. Like, y'all mean to tell me y'all like, don't get me wrong, he's a grown man. Nigga hurt you, you gotta hurt him back now. But at the end of the day, bro, like, why in a position I playing basketball at work? Like, who goes to work to get knocked the fuck out? Then on top of that is like, why video of me getting knocked the fuck out going around? Then on top of that, like, this
Right.
player Stowe may come back next year with me. Nah, like we got the one-on-one every week. We gonna have to shoot a one round every week, just for no
Penny,
Mhm.
reason. Like, what's up? Throw your
um,
hands up. Like, you gotta go.
do you think ultimately, so far, regardless of Lamelo being young, do you think he's a first option still?
Not at this point. I
Why?
think because it's like part of it is I feel like how you like. I think we agree on that. Like he playing out of position, like
Oh, wait a minute. Who are you talking about?
LaMelo.
Oh, you just said that you don't believe that LaMelo Ball is the number one option?
Uh, on his team currently, yeah, he can be a number one option, but for a winning team, like we talking about just
Oh,
winning,
Lord.
I don't see that.
Oh,
No, man,
Lord.
you can't say
Think
that.
about
I
it now.
don't
Oh,
know.
you got to
Age
be kidding.
and
You got to be
whether
kidding me. See,
no,
that's it.
think
Now you're
about
going
it.
to get me off. Now you're going to get me back on
No,
the microphone.
let me answer the question.
Come on,
He
man.
just you just woke flight out. He said, huh?
I can't allow everything to
Let me
fly. I
ask you a
can't.
question.
I'm always listening.
Who you got? Who you got? You
What'd you
got
say?
LaMelo? You
Like,
got LaMelo or you got Dame?
Listen, LaMelo Ball, listen, let me tell you something. I know that he's a superstar extraordinaire, but he's coming off of his rookie deal. We got to remember this. You know, we never let these players develop. You
Oh
understand?
no,
We
no,
all
no,
know.
no. I
No,
understand that, but I talking about
I know
character
that
and sense.
Lamelo is shows so many flashes. We expect him to be, you know, Michael Jordan now. You know, but let this man get the right pieces as well. We keep talking about being the championship winner. Dude, who the hell he playing with?
No,
Put him
that's
with Carl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, and then ask me that question.
no, but Dan kind of would have quit. I mean, that how I take the question in. I take the question in as he a number one option now, and when I look at
Yes.
number one option, like I don't care if you the number one option on the losing team, so that don't even matter to me. But if you're talking about like number one option on a team that actually can do something in the playoffs or get sturdy in the playoffs, I don't see that Melo. Like, I don't see him carrying the team to like certain heights like that. I don't think he, not saying ordered up, but I don't think he at that level yet in his career. Like he's still learning how to really play effective basketball. He really ain't play a whole season yet. He probably played like one full season combined. Like how much games he got on his belt combined?
Crunch time, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Crunch time. Lamelo getting that ball, bro. He gonna get
Thank
you
you.
that
No,
basket.
that's a fact. No, that's why he's saying. And we talking about okay, looking at the Charlotte Hornets team, who's the number one option? I can 100% agree and say LaMelo. But when we talking about is he a number one option in this league? That's a different question.
Well, he gonna have Miles Bridges on the side today, so
I can
Miles
put him on.
Bridges.
I can put him on half the teams in the league, and he wouldn't
Man,
be
the
the number
Hornets
one
about to
option.
go stupid this year, man. Mark my words.
And I
Let
want
all
him to
them
go
dudes come
crazy.
back.
I just don't see. I just from what I've seen, I don't see him carrying the team.
That's some news come back, man. I don't know too much about James Booknight being part of that Charlotte team. I hear too much about him, but
Man, listen, man, fuck all
yeah,
that. Miles alone. That's how
Miles gonna be
confident
good.
I am. Miles alone.
Miles ain't
They
playing
going
about 2 games.
places.
And they got PJ Washington, man. He stepped his game up a lot, man. So they're gonna be
That's
pretty
just
decent this
Contract
season.
extra.
year,
That's
contract
just
year, PJ.
extra. Yo,
Right.
Miles coming back for blood. That's all I'm gonna let everybody know. He coming back for vengeance. You know, he done lost his money. I mean, they done shitted on him. I mean, there's a
Right.
lot. I'm telling you.
That's a lot of
Just
ifs.
beware. Beware.
That's a lot of
His
ifs.
girlfriend fucked him over. He went through all that bullshit. Probably something he didn't do. But he had shit.
Everybody can miss a full year of basketball and come back and just be right back where you went at. Everybody can do that. Not saying that
Hope
he can't. I just saying that's a big F you saying. And with PJ, that been a contract year on a bad team. And I always say when players play good on a trash team, beware. Christian Woods. I don't say Andre Drummond because he ain't the most. He been a defender, so I can give him that at least. That carry
Christian
weight
Woods.
for him.
Christian Woods is pretty decent, man. He ain't no garbage player. I mean, I know he was on
No,
New
he ain't
York.
garbage, but look what he doing, man. I mean, with Dallas, he coming off the
Dallas. He was
bench.
on Dallas, and he was in
Yeah, he get that contract and coming off the bench.
He was playing with the Pelicans at one point too. So he been around, man. So yeah, he gonna be all right.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, he gonna be all right. But when you play on bad teams like that, then you put them on a good. Like look at Vooch. Vooch been an all-star with Orlando. He come to the Bulls, he put up the same numbers, but he don't give the same impact. You when he come over to Chicago, in your mind, you've been thinking, oh, Chicago got their 1-2 punch with Levine and Vucevic. But then you see it as like, nah, Vuce ain't really that. This ain't no big three. He ain't a
But
big player. Like,
but this is why I asked that, because Flight said I know he can be a number one option, but I do get vibes that LaMelo is anything but that for this Hornets team. If Miles comes back, like I don't see I just see them running, like they'll run the offense as best as they can through LaMelo, but it's not going to work. They would need to start Scoot, and that's my problem. If they take Scoot, they would need to start him, because using Terry Rozier to run the offense, let alone telling him, hey, Terry, let's get LaMelo hot first, and then it's not going to work. So it's just like they need to remove certain pieces.
Said I
Rozier,
move his ass on the
Rozier.
bench. I watched Terry play in Boston, and coming off the bench in Boston,
He's
he ain't had to
phenomenal.
be no
Man,
ball
Terry be
handler.
nice in LA, man.
I mean, he can
Now
be nice everywhere.
Dex.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, Terry and LA. Yeah, Deck's not here, but I mean, he's a good. Listen, I like Terry. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I didn't watch all his games until I started watching the Hornets games. So even Gordon Hayward, I wasn't watching him religiously in Utah or Boston, but now I'm watching these guys all the time. I mean, Terry was good. He's a tough player. He hits shots. That corner three is money. You feel me for him? I mean, Terry hits shots, man, and he's a tough guy, man. In my humble opinion. I like
He
Terry. What's more
he tried to
important, to
play
get rid of
defense.
Terry or get rid of Gordon Hayward?
Oh,
Go Hayward.
definitely Hayward.
Okay,
Go
thank
Hayward.
you. We need
Yeah,
to draft
yeah,
Miller.
right,
No, I'm
right.
playing. I'm
Get
playing
Miller.
with y'all. I'm
They
playing.
need to get Miller though. Scoop if they can get Scoop Miller, shit. That because they ain't getting Wembanyama obviously, so they're gonna have to go with that. You know.
I know one thing. If I a Charlotte Hornets fan and I know we ain't making a playoff again this year, I'd rather see that with Scoot than with Brandon Miller.
Interesting.
Oh, wait a second, man. I don't want you to put that shit in the atmosphere. They go into the playoffs, man. Listen, they bringing all. Listen, you got LaMelo Ball, you got Miles. They going to the playoffs, man. They going back to that playing scenario. I want to think. That's why I'm telling you this pick is most important because listen, I'm already with the assumption they bringing back two All-Stars, LaMelo Ball and Miles. I'm expecting Miles to have an all-star performance. I don't know if he's gonna make the team, but he's gonna be shitting on all comers. So we got him and Miles, and now you got to make sure this third pick is some sort of superstar player, a guy that could fall in line with that. That's why I'm saying if you think that dude is Paul George or he gonna be that guy, you got to draft him. Because you got to put you got to put a sharpshooter in there with Miles. Miles going to be getting doubled. He's going to be attacking the basket. There's going to be a lot of shit, man. You need a dude that's going to hit shots. You feel me? You can't have Scoot out there looking like Russell Westbrook.
You know how
you know what I mean?
look?
I'm just saying this is the modern day NBA.
6'9"
You feel me?
Brandon Miller who don't play the four.
But
6'7",
listen, go ahead.
6'7", Miles Bridges who plays like the three and can probably play the four. PJ, he's a tweener. Like you got the second year Mark Williams at center who ain't a scorer, but he can get active defensively. You got LaMelo and then you got Terry Rozier. Like only one of them spacing the floor. Like, and I know Terry can shoot. I know LaMelo can shoot. But when we look at floor spaces, we don't look at Terry and LaMelo for that because we know they'll get the ball and they'll go straight to the bucket. But when you looking at Brandon Miller, who we assume will be a 3-point shooter, it's like okay, cool. That's that. What happens when you come off the court? What shooting you got coming off the bench? He don't saw like is he coming off the bench? Because if he coming off the bench, what's the point of drafting him and you can get a Scoot?
But Scoot is supposed to be coming off the bench because Terry will still be there.
Well, you can, because you think about this though. If they pick up Scoot, man, you can't expect the coach to be like, you know what, man, Terry, they're gonna tell Terry, man, you gonna have to go to the bench, man. I want to see what this. I gotta let this new rookie start see what he made of for the first 30 games, so just see how he do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like one of every. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like people don't like. You really watch Scoot game, right? When I see his penetration game pause. I see like creative finishing. I ain't saying he Kyrie-esque, but I see him make some top finishes on bigger players, including Wembanyama.
Hey,
I don't question that part of his game. I'm just questioning, like, what, like, I believe in a way they need to keep Terry because, like, the 3-point shooting, Terry and Gordon for that matter. If Gordon stays healthy, if you don't want to keep Gordon, then you're gonna need to absolutely bring back Kelly Oubre because they're going to need the 3-point shooting. And we watched LaMelo for 35 games because he got injured. But for 35 games this year, be nothing but a guy that shot 3-point shots. So, like,
are they picking
at it like if we at the halfway mark of the season and we at All-Star break and I still seen Hayward on the court for Charlotte, I still seen Terry Rozier, I still seen Kelly Oubre. I'm gonna look at it like, oh, so y'all just throwing shit at the wall and hoping something finally stick. Cause that team sound redundant.
Well, I mean, think about this though. I mean, who's gonna pick them up? Where they gonna go? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Oh,
because
it's a lot. But
a
listen,
lot of teams is rebuilding right now. So you got to think about teams like Sacramento. They're still rebuilding, but they're gonna be good. I
no,
think
no,
Sacramento gonna be
Sacramento ain't
decent.
rebuilding.
I
Sacramento
mean,
is
they
at
rebuilding. I
peak.
mean, they got the players they want already, so they're gonna be in good shape. You got to think about those other teams that's scrapping from the bottom, like Orlando. We got a couple
Orlando,
other teams.
Detroit, Orlando,
Detroit.
and
Oh yeah, yeah. You
yeah,
right.
You gonna have a team
Portland.
like Flight. You got the Lakers. You don't think the Lakers gonna be like, well, if we can give y'all this and that, and we can pick up a automatic, not automatic, but you can pick up a bucket off, and we can, because other teams can bring Terry off the bench and have no issue with it. Charlotte just can't because of the money they paying them and the lack of two guards behind them. So if another team say, well, damn, we just need a six-man or a rotational scorer like a Tim Hardaway type player, they going straight to Terry Rozier.
Oh, we can't say nothing about the Lakers right now. Lakers are still like a question
Shout,
mark right now,
shout out
though.
to the legendary Dave James.
I know. I seen Dave.
Dave, you
Listen, he
already
come
know.
out of retirement.
Your spot is here waiting whenever you're ready. I want to shout out my man Dave James. Dave was around Flight Sports before it even got to so huge. And I pause. And I remember when he was in the chat. I remember when I was just uploading videos. I remember the first day I went live. I borrowed my mother's fucking Mac computer. I started going live for the first time, and Dave was one of the first people in there. And I'll never forget that. So shout out Dave, man. Whenever Dave ready to get back in the fold, we here waiting on you, man. We here anything I can do to help you. That's why I'm here.
Dave also the same person that said, damn, Zach LaVine would be Michael Jordan in the 90s if he played. So they grain of
I don't
salt.
know, man. I don't even know about my Bulls. The Bulls is gonna be crushing out this year. We know Lonzo Ball ain't gonna be playing. Unfortunately, for what we know for right now, they gotta try to pick up another point guard that's gonna fill the depth that they need. So I mean, it's a big question mark over there. I don't even think they're gonna make the playoffs next season. To be honest with you.
Yeah, like the Bulls need to blow that shit up. Like I hate
I
teams
don't think
like
they're
that,
gonna make
bro.
it, bro.
Like
You
if I'm
know,
gonna be doing the same shit every year, knowing I probably ain't got a chance of winning the championship, bro, I'm not about to keep doing this shit. Like Utah, I think Utah should have stayed together maybe another year. They probably could have break through at some
no,
point.
I
You
don't
see
think
what
so.
Denver did? Denver stayed together. Denver ain't trying to be like, well, Jamal Murray just ain't healing right. He just ain't coming back soon enough. MPJ just always hurt. He on the big contract. They ain't blow it up because they understand it. We get one good year, all three of them. Just 1 year, we can probably do something. And they doing something right now. But teams like the Bulls, bro, if y'all can't see yourselves definitively making the conference finals or definitively giving somebody a run for their money, I'm not carrying the 30-something-year-old DeMar DeRozan who won the last couple of legs. I'm not carrying an empty stack pack of like
He
damn
wasn't. He
Zach
wasn't trying to do it.
LaVine.
Did you look? Was you watching the game? He wasn't trying to carry the load all the time. He was waiting for Zach LaVine. Shit to step up when they
That's why
counted the
it's time
most.
to start
Zach
over.
disappeared.
It's time to start over. Like I don't care what
Shit.
I don't care how good Zach is and people eyes. It's time to start over. Like that, like the Lonzo Ball thing throw a big wrench in what they trying to do. I get it. Y'all trying to keep the team together because in
I got
y'all
a bad
mind,
feeling, man. I got
hopefully
a bad
Lonzo
feeling
coming back
though.
at some point.
I got
But
a
that
bad
shit
feeling,
ain't
y'all.
working, bro.
Yeah, it's not working, man. I got a bad feeling about Lonzo Ball not gonna probably play in another Bulls uniform. I'm not trying to put that out there in the universe, you know what I'm saying? But I know, the Ball family, you know what I'm saying, will have, you know what I'm saying, we're bringing it up front. I mean, in due time, you
Yeah.
know. I just
Honestly,
hope.
like, I really doubt he could ever play a game in the league. Like I said, all he got to do is like of course, like it's certain things that we can't just ignore. Like you ain't got no college
Shout out
resume,
Thunder.
so you ain't gonna necessarily be that same effective player defensively. Your jumper's still gonna be there, but you ain't gonna have no explosion offensively. So if you just switch your game around and try to work on being more of a point guard general type player that can shoot, like develop a low mid range you can kind of get to up the pick and roll. You will be good, but the problem was I don't see him doing that with the Bulls. I think the Bulls gonna amnesty his contract before they pay
Hey,
him out.
you know what? I just hope Lonzo get better. I mean, he's gonna heal up. You know, what I'm saying he's still the process of him heal him up 100%. I think before that, I had the issue with Lonzo Ball before the injuries and stuff like that. I was always concerned about his whole body strength. I mean, the upper body is cool, but your legs and stuff, and that's what you got to work out the most and stuff. That's I mean, that's how you should have had trainers for to tell him that, or maybe he wasn't care to do as much. Now that he sees himself in the situation, now that this is a message there, like, damn, okay, I got to focus on my lower body more now than just my upper body. You know.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Like I don't, I like, I no, regardless of what the player, who the player is in the NBA, I don't see no player get injured. But like watching Lonzo Ball situation, bro, that shit just like you playing 2K, you got your mic player ready, and like you don't get through a season or two, and then like he got a career ending injury. It's like that shit hard to believe. Like I watched this man from like high school, the UCLA, the
Yeah,
Lakers, and it's
yeah.
like, damn, like this nigga really may not play again. And
You
like right
know,
when he been hitting the stride, every time Lonzo hit his stride in the NBA, regardless of what season, whether you like him or not, when he hit a stride, it's like, damn, that's who we can see. That's he playing his potential.
no,
Then he'll
you know
get
what I'm saying.
jerks. It's
But
like, damn,
hey, but we also
that
forgetting
shit
too
fucked
that
up.
also forgetting too that you think about Stephen Curry when he came in, he had a lot of injuries, bro. But he got to be resolved over the years, or I don't know, maybe he did some things differently. You know what I'm
Yeah, see,
saying?
he been having ankle
You know,
issues.
he had some ankle issues and stuff like that. And yeah. So he got to taken care of, man. I don't know what he did. They probably told him to start exercising, working on that stuff, on the stuff like that. So you don't see him dealing with that stuff no more.
Damn, boy. And then mind you now, like, and that's the part about the surgery. A lot of people don't completely understand the surgery. Yeah, he get the surgery because he got plans of trying to come back, but the surgery that he get really been just for quality of life, like to be able to just to walk and down, not having like no heavy ass limp, like even more so. Oh, we need to get this surgery because we need to get you back on the court injury. I mean surgery. This is one of those like, bro, we just want you to walk again. We just want you to walk normal.
Man, I'm
And like I see a
sure.
lot of people overlooking that because I mean everybody want that underdog story. And like I said, like I'm gonna be a fan regardless if he decided damn sell shirt, shoes, damn if he go in the fucking owning the pickleball team, I would be a fan, but it's like that shit just crazy. Every time
I
I think
mean,
about that shit make me like just feel bad for like damn boy, like
hey, but I believe though that what I'm saying, Lonzo got his pops LeVar Ball, what I'm saying, he probably talking to him. They're trying to do the best things that they can for him to give him the best damn trainers. I'm talking about the best damn people that can, what I'm saying, give him through this rehab situation. I'm talking about until he get 100% healthy. Like I my word, with Lonzo Ball come back off this injury, he's gonna be a beast. And yeah, watch out for him.
yeah, I hope so. Like shit, if that happened, I like I said, anything I saying that sound negative, I hope I wrong. You know what I mean? Like you ain't never see nobody damn, regardless of what field they in their life. Like you don't see nobody work so hard for something just for that shit to be taken away because
And
like just natural shit.
like I said, watch out for Little Mellow Ball. He come back all the Charlotte. I think he gonna play more than 35 games this year. I believe that Miles Bridges come back is gonna be a big factor, and I believe that Melo got a chip on his shoulder. He
So
tired. I know he tired of getting knocked out the play in. I think damn it is gonna be the year that they're gonna overcome it. You know what
Hey,
I'm
this
saying?
might
So
sound crazy, but I don't view LaMelo like that competitive ass player. Like I got a chip on my shoulder type player. I think
you
he
don't
just
think
like playing basketball.
you don't
I
think he
think he
got a chip
want
on
to
his
win
shoulder?
now, but I don't think he
You
just
don't
be
think?
like,
Yeah.
oh, we lose the second third, like all off season. I'm gonna work my ass off because I got a so and so and so.
I
I
mean,
don't think
you
he
don't
give
think
a fuck.
you don't think he got a chip on his shoulder, bro? I don't know
No,
about
no,
that,
he can
man.
have a chip, but I
Yeah,
don't think he
yeah.
can. I don't think he carry himself like that. I don't think he leave the court and be like, man, I let my team down. Next year, shit, I'm gonna try to go crazy. I think he go crazy because he just love basketball, not because he got a chip. And I ain't saying like like
but
trying to be negative about him. It's just I just don't. He just don't seem like that type of person.
hey, that's why I kind of had to back up off of him because I'm like, at some point as a fan, you can't want more from a player than what they want for themselves.
Right.
And I feel like
True.
you can't tell me like you People don't understand like the narrative that was around him specifically when his drafting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
immature
understand
and
not
all that
coming
shit.
into the Hornets and being like, yo, I don't want to be a point guard because I'm not a point guard. I don't want to do this. Fine. You followed essentially the company policy and what they wanted you to do for that team. But now I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at him and saying, well, they saying they want to build around you. So how come not how come, why don't you just tell them you can't be liking everybody, because
Right.
liking everybody ain't gonna keep you paid. That's gonna get you out the league. You can like everybody all you want to, you're not gonna get paid for liking your teammates. You ain't gotta hate them, but they not, LaMelo's so nice, which he is. He seems nice.
Yeah.
He seems like he's no trouble. We ain't never heard nothing bad about him since he's been in Charlotte. It's just when I looked at him after this year and seeing how he started the preseason, and I'm just looking, I said, evidently what I want for him is not what he wants. And the approach that I want him to take as a fan, he's not taking that approach. So it's like I'm cool. Like,
Oh man, that means he need to go to Miami. Then he need to go to Jimmy Butler. Then Jimmy Butler gonna give him a little bit of attitude. Then he needs some of that action. Then that's probably what you're saying.
Dog, like how she was saying, like when he been coming into the league,
Yeah.
the talk around LaMelo, but he been immature. He ain't
yeah,
gonna work hard. Like he gonna drag his feet. He like we know he like to play basketball, but
he a
like
diva.
like that. But the talk around him, and once you go watch him play, it's like you like think about it. Think about all the negative things he's seen in the media as far as like things he complain about since he been in the NBA. You never hear him complain about, damn, we should have did this and so on so on. So he'll just be like, oh yeah, shit. I mean, we hoop and it's over the
I
game over.
mean,
Come back next time. Only thing him complaining about is I'm not getting his number. Him feeling like the team lied to him about Jello. Like those are the only things that really hear him complain about, like how you would hear a player complain about the team. Like, and like she said, like you can't just be super likable and like everybody. You can't just look at Terry Rozier and say that's my dog, so I want him on the team. And now he's signed to exorbitant contract, and y'all can't make no move to be a winner. Now you got people like Stephen A. In a couple of years, he's gonna be LaMelo needs to win a chip. He's been in the league. He's on the clock, and this, that, and the third. And then when that talk start happening, now he gonna start feeling like, damn, everybody turned against me, and maybe that might give him the chip he need. But I mean, right now, I think he's just living life. I don't think winning is one of them things that be on his mind all night. Like even when I used to watch Ball in the Family, or even when I used to watch like just him talk about certain shit, the only one that give me the vibe of like if he lose, oh, he got a chip on his shoulder. Is Lonzo. Lonzo's the only one that, and I would say nothing about Jello, because Jello, he got a demeanor where he don't really, show his heart on the sleeve too much. But when he comes to like Lonzo, like even plenty of times I see Lonzo, them boy lose or some shit like that, and he ain't want to talk to nobody. Like he just mad or whatever the case may be. Like he's the complete basketball player. I think
but
LaMelo just the talent. Lonzo the
yeah,
one that'll work
It's
hard.
what Paul George said, and a lot of people got mad about it. Like LaMelo's talent is there, but it's just like you looking at and you like forget it at this point.
Yep.
I can't do this no more.
yeah. He's in the gym. He's in the gym. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, LaMelo was in the gym. Him and his brothers be in the gym every day. To my knowledge, they in the gym. That's what they. Sometimes they make posters. Sometimes, but like they in the gym working on their game. But it's gonna transpire into winning basketball, or I mean, stuff like that.
That's him. I know.
That's why I'm looking at him and I'm like, with this school situation, it's not, because I'm for sure that they're going to get a new owner. I just think that new owner is going to look at him and be like, he's not like, yeah, he's got the charisma to be a star and all that, and to sell my tickets, but I'm not going to pay him. Look how all I can say is look what's going on with Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown is a solid player, but people don't understand it's different levels to offensive talent in this league. Everybody can't be, even though people feel like KD's from an offensive perspective has fell off. In the best part of KD's career, for the people that say he fell off, everybody can't be efficient like KD. Everybody is definitely not Steph or Dame. Like there's levels to this.
Well,
Like
you gotta, yeah, you right. It's levels to that shit, man.
See, the thing
Yeah.
about Jaylen Brown is it's a two-sided coin because it's like you can't see him being like, not saying see him, but like I don't believe he's a number one player on a winning team. But at
Absolutely
the
not.
same time, it's like defensively he's elite, and
Yeah.
offense like he can get hard, but like if you really watch his game, he can't put the ball on the ground like that, or he believes he can, but he just can't. Like I watch him. I watch who that Draymond been describing the game. He said, "Yeah, we have played them in the finals. Like we just switch them. Like we just make them go left." And then the exact thing that he said, the Heat make the Celtics that I talking about word for word. He been like, "Yeah, we started making them go left. They started dribbling the ball up their foot and shit." And that's exactly what they've been doing when they've been playing the Heat. It's like when the Heat started forcing them left, they couldn't really do nothing. And that's what Jason Tatum too. So
Yeah.
it's like shit. I ain't
Well,
talking
I
to
hope.
Tatum game. I love his game. I think he'll be good in Charlotte. But at the same time, it's like you only paying him the max because he's the closest thing to a second star the Celtics got.
Yep. Yep. I think he's a solid, depending on your offensive talent. Like in Charlotte, he would definitely be a second option. But it just depends. With the Warriors, I wouldn't see Clay is the thing. Like I feel like I'm being disrespectful in saying that he should be a second
Clay
option.
needs to retire. Like shit.
But
Man, he just came off an injury, man, for 2 years, man. So of
And
course, I
that
mean,
stopped him last year.
he
Like think about it. In the
he
finals,
was rusty last year. Damn,
no,
really, he was
remember
rusty
now.
last year.
Remember the finals that they win? Go back to that series. Watch how Jaylen Brown is dog walking them until they put not Gary Payton, Gary Payton's son in the game, and he ain't up being on getting on
Well,
Jaylen Brown.
I'm just be
He is
real
a
with y'all, man.
defensive liability. The
I'm just
only
be
thing he
real with
brings to the
y'all,
game
man.
at this point is his jumper, and he couldn't even bring that this year. At
and
this
I'm just,
point,
I'm
Wiggins out the door with a
Wiggins. No,
draft pick
Wiggins.
and bring out
Hell
Jaylen
no, you
Brown.
don't get rid of Wiggins, bro. Wiggins has the only
No,
reason
but
you.
if you bring in Jaylen Brown for Wiggins and
No, you ain't
Wiggins,
gonna get rid of no Andrew Wiggins, bro. Wiggins is the reason why they won the
I
championship that year.
guarantee.
But Wiggins came too big for a
But
lot of times.
Jaylen Brown is the better player. He do the exact same thing with a
Oh
better
man,
player.
he ain't. I
He
wouldn't
bring
say
the
that,
same
bro.
defense.
I wouldn't say that, man.
Offensively, he know how to put the ball on the ground,
I wouldn't say that, man. But I wouldn't say that.
and he
But
ain't got the pressure of being a number two. He can just fit right in what they want to do. He can play that
shit,
Harrison Barnes role.
shit, Wiggins was a third option, but guess what? He still had 25 points, so he can't do big when Steph and them they always
And
had the high hand.
consistent
So
though.
you need somebody that with some grit like that. You know what I'm saying? Plus he a bigger dude than Jalen Brown.
No, they
So
about the same size. I mean, yeah, I
man,
mean, shit.
he a bigger
Jalen
dude than
Brown like
Jalen
what,
Brown.
six
Jalen Brown is
seven?
not 6'8", bro. But Andrew Wiggins is 6'8", bro. Jalen Brown is like 6'5", or
No,
you know what I'm
hell
saying?
no. Jalen Brown like 6'7".
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know he was 6'7". No. You thinking about no? He can't be 6'7", bro. I thought he
Yeah,
was six
think
five.
about it.
I, I gotta
Jason
look at. I
Tatum
got.
like
I got. I gotta
6'9",
look at. I gotta
6'10".
look his height back up there, bro. Because I know we talking about Jason Tatum is 6'7", 6'8", but well, okay. I got to check out Jalen Brown.
And mind you now, like if they would have did that swap, I think Jalen Brown would fit better with Golden State, and I think Wiggins would probably fit better with Boston because he ain't asked to do much. You ain't gonna ask Wiggins to be the number two on the team, but also you ain't got the offsetting abilities that I feel like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown got. Like they kind of do the same thing, so it's like you need a small in the big. So if you can not pay Jalen the max and then get on Wiggins for that for the deal he on, which is better than paying for the max. You can go out and get another player. You can go out and make a trade. Like you can do a sign and trade with Grant Williams and go get a young big that maybe not be like a dominant big, but shit, he a big that can do something in the basket. Because Horford getting old.
You better wait for next season to that, man. I mean, they play.
Yeah,
They
they
got a
might
lot
have
of
to
good.
wait till next off season then,
Next
but
season they got a lot of good guys. Got a lot of decent. A lot of guys coming down next season, man. So I don't know if you're gonna find them this season. I think some of the guys was in the draft this year decided to play another year of college though. Some of them dominant bigs that was in the draft. Some of them decided to go do one more year in school. You know.
because don't get it twisted now. Like the draft don't stop at the second and third pick. You still got Eamon Thompson. You still got his
No, of course
brother.
not.
You still got like the top 10 picks in the league this year. you still can find talent up to damn pick 7.
I mean, some
You know what I
sleepers out there,
mean?
man. It's some sleepers out there. So it's somebody out there that's cold as hell. Then they even talking about that's not even on the radar. That might just come out of the middle of nowhere.
Hey, and mind you now, like,
You know.
and that's why he's saying about the pick with Charlotte, right? Charlotte got the second pick, and Charlotte got the 25th or 27th pick. One of those two picks in the first round. You got a player in college that shot just as good as Brandon Miller, but the kicker is he ain't going in top 10. He might not go top 15, and that's his job to shoot.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
man.
still take out of
Okay,
school, get the talent.
okay.
You can still swing back and get an offensive player. I mean, they might have to trade down something to get on Gray Dixon or Gray Dick or what is your
Hey,
boy's
bro.
last name was?
Hey, bro. I'm
White
looking
boy
at
that can
Jalen
shoot.
Brown. Yeah, Jalen Brown is 6'6", man.
Six
He's
foot
six
six.
six. Yeah, he's 6'6", man. That's his list of height. So yeah. You know, of course, Jason Tatum is 6'8". So you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man. Boston. Hey, Boston gonna make some changes, but Boston really don't got. Shit. I guess them. They say they could. Well, I won't say one them back. If they do,
They have to do something
they got to
Robert
run that
Williams.
back, bro. I don't know if they should run that back. I think they need to make a couple of adjustments, just like maybe a few other teams do. But who they gonna get is gonna be the big question mark. You know what I'm saying?
I think they gonna try to run him back because you gotta remember, like, Brogdon been injured. Like, he ain't played the playoffs healthy. That's one. Then you got
Well,
Horford,
I
like,
mean, you know what I'm saying? Healthy, yeah. I mean, we can't use that excuse though. Your ass gotta be available, man. I
no,
mean,
no, yeah, that's true. But why you say that?
you know, I ain't trying to, throw no shade at nobody though. But shit, sometimes
No,
you
but
gotta
see, you
play.
gotta remember now, like, if they bring him in to be that steadying force with the ball with the ball in his hand when they do got Jason
But
Tatum and Jalen Brown
be
kind of like
honest with you.
not really playing. Like, he's supposed to be the veteran in the lineup, even though he's coming off the bench or whatever. They stagger
But
his minutes with the starters.
if I was them, man, Baldwin should have been brought. He should have been starting, bro. They would have been better off him starting, man. Honestly, I think
But
they
what you
could
gonna
have
do with
did more
Marcus
damage
Smart
that way. Yeah, he should have been starting. Eh,
over Marcus Smart?
Hell yeah.
I
I
don't know what you
mean,
can do with
I
it.
mean, I mean, you could experiment with it because he's just about as good. Just think about it, though. I mean, shit, you ain't really losing anything. I mean, you know, he
No, you
just
losing a lot. Like, you know why Lonzo was so impactful for Bulls outside of his 3-point shooting? That point of attack defense. When you can put a player on the team's ball handler and effectively harass them, that throw a whole roster, I throw a whole sequence off. Because if you're trying to run a certain play, point guards ain't used to somebody being up in their face and actually being good defenders. So when you got that in your face, it's harder to make decisions. So when you look at
man.
Marcus Smart, that's what he
Yeah,
do for that defense. He cover up a lot of shit that Jason Tatum do wrong. He cover up a lot of shit that Horford can't get to. You know what I mean? Her man Jalen
Man,
Brown.
these guys been lazy on defense. I'm just be honest with you. I seen them guys play defense. I seen Jason Tatum play defense before. It's like people want to get lazy on defense, but you want to save all your energy for offense. And you wonder why you gonna lose a lot of key games that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
But
but
hey,
that's the thing about Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown played both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? Like, it's because of him, Jason Tatum can take breaks. He can take breaks on defense. Like I say, Marcus Smart, Rob Williams, and Jalen Brown. That's the core of the championship defense. Rob Williams he been injured and then he been sick one game against the Heats or whatnot. And then Jalen Brown, of course, like, I mean, shit, he ain't really slack off on defense and not like that. He just ain't bringing the ball offensively. And then Marcus Smart, like, shit, he always a sturdy player. He just do dumb shit sometimes. Like, they gonna run him back. Like, I believe they should run it back. I don't know what they gonna do with Grant Williams because he gonna get some money. Somebody gonna
they,
pay him,
well,
or they gonna make
Pitcher,
a haul for
Pitcher want, Pitcher want to leave. The dude that come out the bench, Pitcher, he wants to leave. So I mean, yeah, they're gonna be, yeah. I mean, Boston gonna make some trades, and they're gonna make some trades to something maybe before the season start, or they're gonna pick up some new draft picks depending on who they get and gonna plug them in. Since a couple, maybe two people might get traded from over there, so. We're going, so I mean, Boston really don't got too many holes to fill. I mean, as far as all they gotta do is make a couple of adjustments, but that's about it. You know,
I can tell you right now, if Charlotte come out the gate stumbling, if Chicago come out the gate crumbling,
Chicago ain't making it to the
they
playoffs, bro.
they
Chicago ain't
blowing up
making
that
it to
shit
the
at
playoffs.
halftime.
You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting the Pelicans. I don't know, man. Pelicans just it's gonna be up to Pelicans gonna be okay, but I don't know if they're gonna keep Zion Williamson though. Are they gonna keep him or are they gonna ship his ass off? So I mean, I'm trying to figure out what to this do. I mean, I don't know what to do during the off season. You got all this time off. I hope his ass in the gym working out. Start not eating too many cheeseburgers like he was doing this past season before he came
Pelicans
back.
gotta ask themselves
I
one question.
just hope he's doing what he's supposed to do, so he could be a franchise for the Pelicans. But and some of us may not know. You know, say maybe he doesn't want to be over there. Maybe he want to be in New York with R.J. Barrett in them because they did play in college together. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't. If I'm New York, I don't see Zion Williams as somebody I want to bring over. Like he don't show me. He ain't showed nobody yet that he can stay healthy. And when he is healthy, he shows he's a beast. That's the upside that you willing to give up
You
and
know
shit
what?
for.
I
But you
think
gotta be
don't.
a team that can get him for a luxury of anything. Like you gotta be one of them young teams that got a lot of talent, and you like, oh shit, we can get him on a good deal. Like, yeah, we give up like two first round picks in the next 3 or 4 drafts or whatnot.
I
3 years
don't.
down the line for him. Yeah, I'll do that. But if he don't work out, it ain't really costing me much because it's like I heard like the Thunder. The Thunder got a bunch of. They only got one player that really playing on substantial money. You know what I
I,
mean? So if they want to bring in Zion and the trade and say, you know what, I help the because they can. They some teams can win and bench them, and I ain't saying Pelicans can't do that because Pelicans is a good team all around. It ain't just Zion, but Zion being in that lineup, that should take them from a playoff team to they might be knocking on the door in the next
I
season.
mean, a lot of injuries still hurt them. I mean, the injuries still hurt them though. I mean, despite yeah, I mean, they were doing good at the
Man,
beginning
they
of the
been hurt
season.
this year now. They had
Yeah,
like
they got a lot
a
of people
couple
got hurt, but
games.
now the season. Okay, now this is the off season. Now I think the people is going to be a lot of these guys coming back healthy now. See the question is, okay, people got all this time off. What are you doing? Are you in the gym working out? Are you with your trainers? Are you working on your shot? I'm saying down action about Zion. Is he gonna work on the jump shot? Because I mean, I seen Zion shoot the three. I think he could be a better shooter if he really wanted to be. I mean, he could dominate inside. He gonna get inside anytime he want. But what you gonna? I mean, is he gonna be in tip top shape? That's the thing. Is he gonna work on shit that he need to work on so he can come back killing? Like that we know be capable of doing. So that's the question. What these guys doing in their off season in their free time right now? You know.
No damn.
No,
This season right here, going if LaMelo play the entire season this year, this season gonna be the ball. How people look at
I'm
him.
looking forward to him playing the whole season, man. I'm looking forward for LaMelo playing the whole season, man. I think if he play a whole season, they got a chance to really bring you to the playoffs. I mean, all the way, except for that one season, when that one season, I mean, I mean, if he could be healthy for the majority of the season, well, we can say, I'm not gonna say he's gonna play 82 games. We're gonna say, I'm looking for LaMelo to at least play like at least 70 games. I mean, I hope that's not asking for a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's something we always say about Lonzo. Yeah, man, we just want to see Lonzo ball. We can say even if he does come back, too. We can say, well, I like to see Lonzo Ball play 82 games. Yeah, I like to see it, but you know what I'm saying. You gonna if I can see Lonzo play a good 60 games, hell, even good 55 games. If we got, what I'm saying, take some rest in between, what I'm saying, here and there,
Yeah.
And shit, who else? I like to see, what I'm saying, Zion play a complete season. I mean, at least see him play about 60 games. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But he can't. Is he gonna have his ass in shape? Is he gonna be conditioned enough? Is he not? I hope he ain't just in New Orleans just partying and drinking all day, or what I'm saying, messing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know they do their thing down there. I mean, in New Orleans, Well, I hope he's in the gym working out.
See, I don't even think that's his issue as far as like him staying in shape and all. Like, I think because if you look at just to be real, like I know a lot of people be giving the Pelicans hate, but like if you keep it a buck, bro, every time anybody ever questioned him about his weight and his diet has always been during his rehab process. Like nobody be like, well, he's still rebounding. I know rebounding. He's still recovering. So he can't really be in basketball shape. He can't really run because his legs and third. We forget all that and expect him to be in shape every time we see him.
I mean, that's why you got your trainers for. I mean, hey, look at Brandon Ingle.
But
Even Brandon,
it only about so much you can do to lose weight and keep in shape when you can't move your legs.
well, that's what you got trainers for. Don't you got paid trainers that can help him get that shit together? I mean, come on, man.
Yeah,
You got
but what a trainers could do with it, like think about it. If you just had surgery on your knee, right, and you can't really do basketball move, like they say, as soon as you had a surgery, they'd be like, okay, try to stay up your legs for the next 8 weeks, and then we'll reevaluate into 8 weeks, and then we'll start ramping up your progress. Like by the time we see Zion, realize think about it now, it's always like within like 2 weeks after the surgery. And people want to say, "Oh, look, he fat. Look, he's." It's like, bro, what was like?
I
What
mean,
can he
they,
do? He can't
wait,
swim to get
wait.
shit. He can't run. He
He
can't
didn't.
walk.
He didn't have no surgery this year. I mean, he had some surgery. What surgery did he have this play? I mean,
I mean,
it is
even if it's not a surgery, you
right.
still kind of want to stay off any injury so you don't further damage anything.
No,
So even
I
if it
mean,
wasn't a surgery, like every time we ever criticize his weight, it's always been while he rehabbing. Nobody says anything about his weight while
it,
he currently playing because you
yeah,
got to kind of play in the basketball shit.
I mean, he's got to be happy. I mean, that's what you got. I mean, of course, that's what you got trainers for. That's on rehab and stuff like that. But you still have to. They're still gonna make sure that you. I mean, don't push too hard if that's what the case is. You go half and half with it. Then you know, what I'm saying as time goes, you know, what I'm saying you're stronger and stronger. Then that's a different story. Like I said, if Peter's got all this money, man, what I'm saying, I don't know. I hope he, rise to the occasion because, because anybody could get traded at any given time. Shit, even a superstar.
Yeah. I think the Pelicans in a position where they don't want to make a move on Zion because in their mind is like, but what if he do get healthy? Because everybody go back to that same shit, like how you said earlier. Look at Steph. Steph almost wasn't Steph. Like Steph used to be out all the time with ankle injuries, ankle twisting his ankle, spraining his ankle, this and the third.
Well,
Like,
but he got trainers. He got trainers and stuff that help him get that together. And as a player, he wanted to get that shit situated. He wanted to get that so that it didn't hinder his career. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
You got as a player, you got to give a damn about your career because now if you got yeah, of course we got a lot of good players and we could see their potential, but they have to give a damn about if they really want to get better or do they really want to do something about it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like I said, man. I feel sorry for the Grizzlies this year because I said about time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they suspend John Morant for about like I said about 40 or 50 games. Grizzlies gonna be looking like crap, man. I don't know who's
And they
gonna.
definitely
Yeah, they're gonna be looking like crap this season, bro. Teams gonna be gunning for their ass since John Morant is not. You know what I'm saying? Playing those first 50 games.
see the thing about the Grizzlies, they got a backup point guard and Jones that I
Is he?
believe he
Is
runs
he?
the
Is he?
offense
Is he? You
better
think
than
he's
what
good?
Ja
Is he
does.
good? Is
Ja
he
does.
real good? Is he good as John
No,
Miller? I'm
he's a
not
good
saying.
at job, but they have won a lot of games with him at point guard. Like he's a steady point guard. Like he's a steady hand at point guard.
Mm.
He ain't gonna make no mistakes. He ain't gonna turn the ball over. He ain't gonna be just trying to shoot you out the game. He takes smart shots, and he worked well within the offense and the system. But with John Moran is like, if you really kind of look at what Memphis do, is like, okay, John, you got the ball. Go do your thing. Okay, on its way back down, we gonna run this play. John just set off to the side. Like they really run plays for Jaw. They get like a wide
Yeah.
open mid range or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, that means it's playoffs with job, but like I said, that's still not gonna be winning basketball. Like I said, it's still gonna be a minute for the Grizzlies even make a push like that. Like I said, I see second teams like Sacramento getting to the next level, or than the Grizzlies. So we're gonna see. We gonna only time is gonna tell. Shit. Like watch out for them bottom teams, man. That's scrapping, bro. The people going, say watch out for the, say I say watch out for watch some Wizards for that matter.
Yeah, so I don't think the East
Watch out
wide
for Houston.
open.
Watch out for Houston. We ain't talking about them. Watch out for Houston. But I don't know if they're gonna do anything soon. If they're talking about James Harden and Westbrook supposed to be going back over there, I don't know what the hell. I don't know how the hell that's gonna work. I hope that's not true. But
And all they doing in the NBA right now is a bunch of posturing. I see a report that said Kyrie trying to recruit LeBron to the Mavericks, and it's like, bro, first of all, that don't even make no sense. LeBron and Luka on the same team was like a real redundant combo. And then on top of that, it's like, why would he want to come play for Dallas when you know it only could be for a year? Why would Dallas give up more assets to get a yearly rental?
hey man, like I said, Lakers don't got nothing to lose right now. Lakers should just be built right now, man. Because think about it, I don't think they're gonna pay Austin Reeves that 50 million asking for because I heard that my Cuban probably is gonna match him. If LA don't pay him that 50 billion, he's gonna end up over there with Luka Doncic possibly. You know what I'm saying? Man, we don't know what LeBron gonna do in this offseason. You know what I'm saying? People, that's still a question. It's still a question mark. You're gonna find out something later on, though. You know what I'm saying? And I heard rumors about hell say they might give it to Anthony Davis, but I don't see him doing that. It's a good possibility, but you know what I'm saying? We've seen stranger things, you know what I'm saying, happen in the NBA, you know.
Man,
So
they ain't
yeah,
gonna.
yeah, but I don't think they're moving him anywhere. So actually, who's gonna pick where Anthony Davis to go? Well, Chicago could get him. And since if I was Chicago, I mean, even though Chicago my team, but guess what? I'm be honest. I'm be honest with what I see. With Alonso Ball there on playing, they not making to the playoffs, bro. Or they should just go ahead and blow it up right now. Trade DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine to the Lakers. That'd be the best bet. Shit, I was saying Gucci over there. We could get Anthony Davis. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Maybe get Austin Reeves, but that's not gonna happen though. But get Anthony Davis and get somebody else over there from over there. Fuck it, might as well blow it up right now. Shit, you know. I, well, we
I
got
doubt niggas try to blow it up. Because Lakers, if you look at their history, they have never blown up or started over with a team. Like they, and their mind is like, we may draft players may be good, but we ultimately want to star. So
they don't know what LeBron gonna do. They don't know what LeBron gonna do. So like I said, LeBron could damn near the ballers in LeBron hands right now. He could go anywhere he want. Basically right now, he don't got to. He could opt out right now. You know. So nobody knows. I heard for Golden State. Man, you know damn well he gonna matter. I've been hearing more rumors for Golden State than anything. Now if he do that, I don't. I can't blame him. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like
Curry ain't want to
you
move
know
in.
you know what I'm
Every
saying.
time they come and ask Curry about playing with LeBron, Curry take the time out to say, "Well, I mean, obviously, he's a great player and all that, but I think we're kind of fine." Like he don't never reciprocate that energy of wanting to play with LeBron.
Kyrie, we gonna see what Kyrie gonna do because he either he gonna he sign with Dallas or he gonna go to the Lakers. But I don't know. We don't know yet. It's a lot of crazy the off season. Man, it's gonna be a lot of crazy things gonna happen. It's gonna surprise us. You know what I'm saying? We don't know.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Jenny Buss and Paul Palinka. I mean, Rob Palinka at the point they don't care if LeBron stays or not because they got. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna. I think on some real shit. I don't think that Jenny Buss and Rob Palinka is gonna take a chance on LeBron of bringing Westbrook over again. I mean, bring Kyrie on the team like he did Westbrook, hell that might turn around and not work out. So I don't think Jenny Butson don't really care about if LeBron plays over there or not. In my humble opinion, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, if that got to be Bill, I mean, shit. Hey, it is what it is. If it come down to that, you know, it's gonna be really interesting, man. What's gonna happen with that? Even with the Lakers this season, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I just want to. I wish I could like fast forward next season to halftime. I mean, it's our All Star break because I truly believe the Hornets gonna have a fire sale, the Bulls gonna have a fire sale. I think they're gonna be like, man, listen, we can't go no further with you. Like, what can you do?
Hey, do y'all think? Hey, I don't know if y'all. Everybody, I'm not. Do y'all think Charlotte Hornets could be at least about 45 games this year? What y'all think about this? Do y'all think even in the chat? Do y'all think Charlotte Hornets could win 45 games this next season? I say they could get close to it if they're gonna. I hope you know what I'm saying. You know, I believe they can if they're gonna have Miles Bridges back. You know. Hey, what do you think, man? You think the Charlotte Hornets could win at least 45 games next season? Yo, you still here? Yo. Okay. Yeah, man. Who y'all got winning? Who y'all got winning? Wednesday. Who got y'all got Miami or y'all got Denver? Because really, I thought the Denver was gonna go up 2 games. I think Denver should have been 2-0 right now, but Miami snuck in and beat them by 3. Now the series tied up 1 game apiece.
Yeah, California, man. We're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna pull back up tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, oh yeah, for sure. I know everybody gotta get some sleep, gotta get up, and I know you gotta get up in the morning, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely this was a great live stream. You know, I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in, and it was a great turnout, man. I want to thank everybody, man. It's Flight Sports, man. Peace and love.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.